Alright, hello, welcome to another weekend at Locust after a short hiatus. Try not to be long-winded, but I'll get to it in a second. Anyway, it's time for some more Modern Warfare. It's been, I think it's 2 months since the launch, and now Season 1 is upon us. So joining me, like last time, is Prentice.
Tactical battle pass incoming.
And we're gonna go boots on the ground in the first season of Modern Warfare, and yeah, as was said, the tactical battle pass is here. So now it's I mean, we knew this was coming, and we basically knew how it was gonna function, so it's not really any surprise there. Um, I think I mean, it did kind of change the menus for me in that it went from a AAA $60 game, and now looking at the menus, I'm getting more of a free-to-play game vibe. But again, that was to be expected.
Yeah, it's stuff like it's considering this is becoming more and more frequent. I think we're really going to have to start to reevaluate what constitutes a AAA game like this because because literally all of them have it at this point,
Yeah,
with a few exceptions. When it comes to their multiplayer, so it's like I mean there's a reason they're using them because free mobile games did and free to play games did introduce them, and they work so well in those games that of course the Call of Duties and the Destiny 2s of the world are going to try to replicate that. But I mean I think it's just unfortunately, and it is unfortunately, but it is just part of the landscape now, and we just have to accept that. And it's like, but just just because the system is in there doesn't mean that it's a lesser game. I don't think, as long as it's implemented well, because I mean, uh, in terms of how this one works, I don't really have too much of a problem with it because they could have a battle pass on top of doing the typical $15 DLC packs, where here it's you can literally get everything for free, pretty much, with a couple of exceptions, and then their only monetization stream here is the battle pass, unlike something like Rainbow Six Siege, where they've got RNG loot box of a battle pass that's going to be coming pretty soon, on top
yeah.
of cosmetics you can just buy with in-game currency and currency you can buy with real money. So the Rainbow Six literally has
Uh,
every type of monetization in it at this point, or it soon will, which is kind of ridiculous to think about. But oh well.
yeah. Yeah. Because of course there's the Battle Pass. It has a whole bunch of tiers. I think it may be 100. Most of the stuff you do need to buy the Battle Pass for, but there are some free ones, like including the 2 new weapons that have been
Which is
added.
good.
And of course there are some uh, cosmetic packs that you can also purchase. But other than that, it's considering it's Activision we're talking about, they're surprisingly restrained.
Yes. Oh well, we're gonna lose.
Why?
I don't know why, but on this map, the team that's on this side of the spawn always loses.
Oh, um, that actually gets me to a thing that I've been thinking about. Well, not really thinking about, but I haven't played this game quite as much as I wanted to play. Like I played it on the launch week. Ooh. Um, Played through the campaign in 2 days, and we streamed the multiplayer for a few hours. And then like I practically didn't touch the game after that for a while. Part of it was just the unfortunate effect of this being released right next to the Pacific DLC in Battlefield 5, so it was hard to juggle those two games at the same time. And then I played it one or two times, and then last weekend they had a double XP weekend, and I had just finished Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, so I was thinking, alright, well I guess I'll take this weekend to catch up with some Modern Warfare, get the level ups done and all that. So I basically played it the entire weekend, last weekend that is. And then I played, well, so I've done some catching up in that I'm level 51 now, so that's good.
Oh, come on.
Of course, that also, like, as I said earlier, there was no stream last week because of two reasons that kind of combined into one. In that there was literally nothing going on at that week. Like there was no new content updates or anything. It was literally just double XP for Modern Warfare, and I think Black Ops 4 also had something like that, but it's Black Ops 4, so I don't really care. So I was thinking, okay, well, maybe Modern Warfare, I guess. But then they revealed that the first season would launch the weekend after, or the week after. And again, right now there isn't really a whole lot going on. I didn't feel like going with Modern Warfare for the two times in a row. So and also because I really didn't feel like playing anything other than Modern Warfare. So it just like, well, I don't really feel like Modern Warfare is the only game I feel like playing, but I don't want to stream it two times in a row, so I guess there will be no stream. Because I'm happy with the format I have right now, where every week there's a different game, even if sometimes it can be a little bit close-ish, like going from Battlefront 2 to Battlefield 5, when they're similar games but they're not the same games. So I just think that works better than the same game twice in a row. Of course, now we have the first season, and we kind of talked a little bit about this before the season drop, when they showcased the I don't know what to call it, like just a picture of everything that was coming with the season.
The infographic.
Yeah, thank you. And the words "biggest content drop in COD in history of COD." And I don't know, Prentice, how much have you checked up with the community for this game?
So the community seems very split on this game, from what I noticed. You kind of got two camps right now. There's not much middle ground. It's not quite a Last Jedi situation where you've got the two camps and they're attacking each other over their opinions and just absolutely, being vitriolic about it again. But you've got the two camps, and one camp is complaining about the game, and the other camp is praising the game. And somewhere, and I agree, and my opinions on the game are somewhere right about in the middle, because there's things with this game that I complain about, and that I think could use some tweaks or something. But then there's stuff that people hate about this game that I love. One of those things being kill streaks. You know, people are going, kill streaks are awful. It just promotes camping. Blah 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 blah. And it's like, I don't know. I haven't really run into that. You know, I haven't really run into that much camping. I mean, it happens, but I mean, I feel like it happens at a frequency of where it used to happen back in the day. And you know, and all you need to do is like chuck a stun grenade into a room, followed by a frag or a Semtex or something, and then just pop around the corner real quick and shoot them and just go in there with a buddy, and you'll be able to clear out the one person. Excuse me, that's camping. It's not that big of a deal. Another thing that people are just complaining all over the place about is the skill-based matchmaking.
Oh yeah,
I haven't really had an issue with that. It's like I've seen some people like a compilation of tweets of people saying if I keep calling it squad based, so that's not if skill based matchmaking is not removed, this game will be dead by December. It's December, not dead yet. So I mean, I see the complaints people have about skill based matchmaking, and I see where they're coming from. But in my experience, I have not really I have not exactly found that what they're saying holds true in that. But of course, that's just my experience. Other people, because whoa, okay, I gotta watch this kill cam. What was this guy doing? Okay, nope, that was fair. Where, you know, the complaints about skill-based matchmaking is that revenge. Is that it's just not good for lobbies because it's not really promoting Oh yeah, that's right. I took off EOD. Hold on. It's not good for promoting people to learn how to better play the game because they're only going to be matched up with people of their skill level, and so there's never really an opportunity for them to learn to improve or anything. It's like I don't think that's what's been happening at all. Oh, that was a bad guy. I'm an idiot. So. Because it feels like if skill and then there's been people making their own little infographics of data and stuff, you know, showing that's like, are we sure that skill-based matchmaking is even turned on in the first place? Because because going by this data, it doesn't look like it's turned on at all. So, I mean, from my experience, you know, I play the game for a while. I might have a bad match, and where it seems like I'm just getting absolutely demolished, but it's not that I'm in a lobby with people of lower skill that are all it's like lobbies of just campers or something like that. It's something I see people complaining about. Like I don't think I've been in one lobby where there's like it's like a camper around every corner. I've never seen anything like that. It's like there might be a camper, and of course it also depends on the map. Like there are and the mode. Like if you're complaining about a camper around every corner and you're playing headquarters, well, duh, there's going to be a camper around every corner because it's headquarters. That's literally camping the game mode because you have to protect this area. Oh, there's a Wilson. So I mean, so that makes sense. You can't complain if you don't like that. Then just don't play that game mode. Just deselect it from the quick search menu, and you won't have to bother about that. You know, domination is a similar thing as is ground war. Those are objective-based game modes with flags. There's going to be people camping there because they're going to be trying to protect. They're going to be trying to protect that objective. That's how that works. If you don't like that style of gameplay, then just don't play them. But at the so yeah, I don't agree with a lot of the complaints people have about this game. But at the same time, I'm not blindly praising it either. Like, there's some people that are acting like that this game is literally the best video game that's ever been released, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's like, yeah, there's plenty wrong with this game. I'm going to point you towards Spec Ops as being a big problem with this game. I feel like that there is occasionally the potential for there to be an odd netcode thing that may or may not potentially be tied to skill-based matchmaking, where people do, and I've seen people on the internet do infographics here where they've gone into a match of or they've gone into a private match of a gunfight or whatever, and they're shooting at someone on, and it's like the netcode is just not lining up, where on their screen they're completely hidden behind cover, but then on someone else's screen they're the person that is shooting at them is just not there. And there's problems like that, but I mean that's just video game things. I feel like those are just problems you're going to have in any video game like this, and they get noticed, and the dev team works on them. And that's the thing. They've also been making tweaks to this game since it launched. They've been they see what the major problems are. They try to fix it. They've lowered the sound of footsteps. This is something I really enjoyed that they did, is that they took away the call outs. That's something that really annoyed me. They where you're able to hear enemy callouts, because normally because for a while okay, that was you. Never mind. I was about to say there's a bad guy, but maybe no, it was just you. Because for a while this is how gameplay would go: is that you would enter a room and you would hear someone. So let's say you're playing as the Allegiance, which are made up of like the Americans and and the Americans and the Brits and stuff. And so then you hear a Russian say "enemy located," and you're like, "Oh, that means there's a bad guy in this room, because that's someone that's not on my team." And then you get shot from out of nowhere, because it's like you didn't even have time to realize that there was a bad guy there. But oh man, that's dumb. You should have stacked it well. You didn't have time to. You had time to realize there's a bad guy there, but you didn't have time to look around where they were. But you were alerted to the fact that that really got annoying. It's just entering a room and hearing something like "target located" and just immediately getting taken out without any sort of there you go, without any sort of time to try to react to that, because if you enter a room and you get blown away immediately, you could at least watch the kill cam and go, "Oh, they are hiding in that corner. That's fine. I should have been more careful entering that room." But then when you enter a room and you hear the "enemy located," and then you get shot, it's like, well, gee, if I had enough time to hear that, I feel like that should have given me enough time to try to react to it, and then instead I just got immediately blown away and killed. So them removing that and making it to where you can't hear the enemy team's callouts, that's something I'm really glad they changed, because that got annoying really fast. So I mean this COD, more than any other COD before it, I think is definitely going to be one of the most live service Call of Duties that they've ever made.
Yep.
Yeah, because they've been kind of doing that the last couple of years, especially with Black Ops 4 last year and their Black Ops Battle Royale mode, but I mean, all the DLC is free this time around. So the game is definitely the game we got on October 25th is not going to be the game that will exist on, just throwing out a random date, March 15th, 2020.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be a different game. There's going to be different maps. There's going to be different modes in the playlist and stuff like that. So it's. And some of the problems people had at launch, they've already changed. For instance, the 725 shotgun has been nerfed significantly. It's still a beast of a weapon, but it doesn't feel like it feels a lot more balanced now. Thankfully, it doesn't feel like it's. It's like I've actually seen people, using other weapons and not just it now. The M4 still gets used somewhat regularly, but it still doesn't get as heavy use as it had been getting right when the game first launched. So I mean, it's evolving, it's growing. It's certainly a good game. I feel like even with its problems, I mean, this is why in my review of it, because I don't assign letter grades or grade games on a 10-point scale. I say, what is a game worth? Should you pay the full retail price for a game, the full 60? Oh, and that was okay. I'm just blind. Should you pay the full retail price for a game? I feel like this game, when it launched, even especially now, it is worth that full $60 that you'd pay at retail. But because I feel like it is one of the better. Even when it first launched, even with its issues, it was still more balanced than a lot of it was more complete. It was more balanced than a lot of games. So.
Oh no, they're showing my death.
Oh no. Oh. Well, that was a nice little flight through the air there. I give you a 7.5 on that one. Could have gone a little higher, but that's the other thing I love about this game. There's a lot of nice ragdolls. It kind of goes against what Infinity Ward's saying about it being realistic and everything.
Yeah.
That's like, I love me a ragdoll. That's just something fun in video games I enjoy. Is watching a body just pinwheel through the sky, especially when one of those precision airstrike Warthog gun runs.
Oh yeah.
The hits. Those are always lots of fun to see bodies just go flying through the air. So I feel like the game is very good, but I find it interesting how divided the community is still in certain cases.
Yeah.
On it, and how hyperbolic some people are being, like, whether it being, oh, this is. Now I feel like I do agree that this is probably the best Call of Duty game of the decade. I don't think it's the best of all time. I still think I prefer Modern Warfare 2, but this is bringing back a lot of good memories for me.
Yeah.
Of COD back in the day. I feel like this is definitely a good step in the right direction. They're doing a lot of good things here, especially after, because this console generation especially has just been all sorts of futuristic warfare.
Yeah.
and nonsensical storytelling. I mean, I feel like this game is really getting back to what Call of Duty used to be back in its heydays. It's not the loadout I wanted, and I really appreciate that. So while I don't think it's the best video game ever made. I don't think it's the best Call of Duty of all time. It's certainly up there, but it's not the best one we've ever had.
Yeah.
And but it's also not the literal worst thing to ever come out of this franchise. It's not the worst. It's not the because the skill-based matchmaking is not going to kill this game. I think the reason that's the thing is just because it's Call of Duty, and
Yep.
and this game has already sold a bonkers amount of money on day one, and it's already sold a whole bunch of copies worldwide. It made something like $600 million to day one or something like that, I think, if I remember correctly from the NPD last month, or rather 2 months ago, because that was October. So I mean, you've got enough of a player base there, just obviously because of the amount of money that it made on day one, that this game is not going to be dying anytime soon. I mean, people are still playing Black Ops 3, for Pete's sake.
Yep.
If people are still playing Black Ops 3 in 2019, granted, you can really only find team deathmatch in that game, but you can find a game of team deathmatch pretty easily. So I mean, if people are still playing that game regularly enough to where you can play some of the more core modes, then this game is definitely not going to have a audience issue anytime soon.
Whoa! Did not expect that. Just threw that grenade to scare any off, but oh well. I mean, like my brother has actually been playing World at War a bit recently,
wow.
and like, I mean, I think he had a day where he wasn't able to find any matches, even though it said there's like a few hundred people playing, and I haven't seen it go above 500, but it's still possible to play that. So I mean, if a game from 2008 is still playable, never mind the 2019 COD. Even if it were to quote,
of course,
die,
that's going to be more of an issue with that game than with this. Is that sure you might be able to find a match in World at War or Call of Duty 4 on PS3, but how many hackers are going to be running around in that game? Yeah, what's the actual quality community going to? Oh come on, I had a.
Surprisingly enough, he's only run into one hacker that I know, that I'm aware of.
Because I remember, like in 2013, 2014, I decided to turn on Modern Warfare 2.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness. It was bad. It was bad. It loaded me onto a match of Team Deathmatch on Rust, and the gravity was turned off.
Yeah, I think Modern Warfare 2 was hit the worst, honestly, based on what I've seen.
It was... And Call of Duty 4 actually I tried around the same time. It wasn't because that was it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, but I think that maybe because it's possible people have more reverence for that game, maybe. So
it might be a popularity thing for Modern Warfare 2 at least. I would consider, since that was a game everyone was getting, so I can see more people being hackers in that game as opposed to World at War, which was at least at the time kind of considered the mid-tier COD. Although I've seen as of late like a lot of more appreciation for that game, but so I don't know, maybe it was a case of the people who played it really enjoyed it, but it kind of flew under the radar because it followed COD 4, and many people seem to think it was basically just a World War II reskin of the game, which I can completely understand considering how that game looks and how the perks work and everything. Like, it's practically the same.
Yeah, one thing I'm kind of tempted to do, like this winter when I'm on break from school, is to go to GameStop and get because I mean, like how cheap is World at War going to be to find at GameStop? It's going to be like $2 to $5, right? So I'm really kind of tempted to go and pick up World at War and Black Ops, because I got rid of my copy of Black Ops a long time ago and play through the campaigns, because I've never played through the Black Ops campaign, or excuse me, the World at War campaign, because I never owned the game, period. But then and then with Black Ops, when I played that campaign, I played it with the volume off.
Ooh.
So because because when most people get into Call of Duty, they're like 12 years old, because it's a cool grown-up game to get, right? And that's probably a lot of people's first M-rated game. So I mean, and it was mine. It was certainly mine. So of course, I'm 12 years old. It's rated M. It has the option to turn off the blood and stuff, but there's still a lot of language in that game, so I kept it on mute. So I didn't really have any idea what the story was, and it was later that I learned what the story was about. I'm like, oh, that actually seems like a cool concept. I kind of wish I had a copy of the game so I could go and play it again, so I would actually have an idea of what was going on. But so I don't know. I might do that, because I've always been a fan of the campaigns, even when they've kind of gone down the rails, but gone off the rails. But So, I don't know, I might do that. Oh, come on, let's... Okay, well, so much for that. Okay. Excuse me?
We've set the tempo. Keep it up next round.
Okay, so that got me killed right there. That guy ducking to the left right there, that got me killed.
Oh.
How did he do that? What happened there even? It looked like he like did some sort of dive to the left or something. It didn't even that didn't look even natural. It almost looked like lag moved him over there. Because I was right behind him and I took and I and I did, but I didn't kind of use him as a human shield. I turned around to and then all of a sudden I'm dead. and then of course you get the view of the person that killed you right before it cuts to kill cam.
Yeah.
So I saw him move back into range and attack that guy again before the kill cam played. So him moving to the left there got me killed. That's so upsetting.
Rough. That's rough. Anyway, bringing the discussion back a little bit, pressing the rewind button and going back to the community.
Rewind time.
Yeah, it's rewind time. Speaking of which, I actually haven't seen
now it's
the
just going to be an
YouTube
infographic.
rewind. Yeah.
Watch Mojo video without the narration.
Yep. Anyway, yeah, like I haven't really noticed any skill-based matchmaking either. Like my experience as far as skill and matchmaking and all that, like it seems pretty similar to my previous experiences with COD games, and I've been able to listen to podcasts while playing it just fine. And what was the other thing? Campers, I haven't really encountered any that I can recall, actually, aside from headquarters, but that's kind of, well, it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Anyway, I actually got a bit of a flashback to Battlefield 5 when it released, because the similarities here are that I really enjoy the core of the game. There's definitely some things that I'm not too big of a fan of, but like as far as the game is concerned, I think the positive outweighs the negatives, and I'm like having a really fun time. And then I go to the subreddit for the game, and
oh my gosh,
you know that meme with the guy who's coming back into the apartment with some pizza and he's happy, and then sees that everything's on fire.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah, it's on.
That's basically me when I visited the subreddit a while after the game had launched, because I was thinking, man, I'm really enjoying this game. It's a lot of fun. And I'm like happy and all that. I go to the subreddit and a lot of the top posts are just, I hate this about this game, and like lots of complaints about camping and skill-based matchmaking and some other issues that I can't really remember. Of course, like just like oh,
yeah, it's and then and after a while, then then you really start to see the divide where it's both sides complaining about each other but not really interacting too much, where half the people are going, oh, this game is awful, because of all this stuff, and then the other side's going, oh, this game is great because of all this stuff. And it's like, wait, the other side doesn't agree with us? Oh, well, they're idiots. Oh, the other side doesn't agree with us? Well, they're idiots. And it's like, I just had to stop. I just had to stop.
Yeah,
because it's like, for instance, this is a good example right here. This map that we're on, this map had some issues. I think it may even still have a few issues. In terms of, oh, well, I mean the callouts, and this is a map where the callouts were really bad because it'd just be a bunch of enemy by the red bus. Well, there's 3 of them. Which red bus?
Yeah.
So and the callouts weren't very specific, and then that'd be a thing where you'd hear a lot of the that's friendly. Where you'd hear a lot of enemy callouts and then just be dead without too much time to react.
Ooh, did not expect that.
So I think they tweaked this map slightly though, so it's better than it was. But
Kill confirmed.
come on.
Ah, dang it. Yeah, which brings me to season 1 and the new content. Now season 1 isn't exactly the first new content.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Oh.
Look at the kill feed! Look at the kill feed!
Wow.
Okay, that's the most camping I've seen in this entire game, and I just literally murdered everyone. So
Feels great, man.
So season 1.
Yeah, of course, this isn't exactly the first new content for this game.
We did have Shoot House.
Yeah, and I think Hardpoint was one of the new modes.
Yeah, Hardpoint came in.
Oh
my gosh!
I think there was
One away from Harrier Jet.
a ground
I got
war
my Harrier
map
Jet.
as well. Let's see if I can get close and do a. Nope, of course he had to turn around. And I think some new Spec Ops mission. Anyway, but season 1 is the biggest content drop in the history of COD, they said. Because let's see, I don't remember exactly what was on the infographic, but I know there were 3 standard, like normal maps, I suppose, for the regular game
house,
modes.
Buddy.
Those
I
being...
just got a gunship for my care package.
Nice. If I remember...
LMC 130 above! Kaboom. Nice hit. Lots of nice little pieces down there.
Getting all those references. What am I doing? Anyway, the new maps being Crash, Shipment, and Vacant, all of which of course should sound familiar, and we'll probably have to bring that up as well. And then I think there were 1 or 2 new gunfight maps, a new ground war map, a couple of new game modes.
I got 22 kills.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, they're leaving. Some of them are leaving.
Yeah, some new game modes, some new Spec Ops missions, and all that, and everyone was pretty excited until the season dropped. And of course the 2 new weapons, because it turned out that I think the Spec Ops maps have been released, or missions.
Oh my
rather.
gosh, I am cleaning house.
They've released the new ground war map and Crash, and I think that's kind of it. Presumably the rest of the content will release at a later time. And this I also noticed cost a lot of I'm thinking of how I should frame it, because I feel negativity is kind of
Friendly care package
what was happened, but I don't know if I want to say negativity at the same time. But that's kind of, well, there was a negative sentiment of like, oh, this was supposed to be the biggest content drop, and this is all we've got. We've got to wait for the rest, wait for the drip feed, which I've seen a lot of, well, a big part of the community not being so happy about. I'm not sure how I feel yet about it. I mean, I don't. I feel calling it the biggest content drop. I mean, while technically true, because it's all going to be released, I feel it was an unfortunate wording on Activision's part. Because I suppose a lot of people got the expectation that everything, or at least most of it, was gonna drop all at once.
I feel, yeah, because there's a thing somewhere where it did blatantly say that it was not going to be all at once, and it was in fact going to be drip fed. At first I was really excited because we were going to get all this stuff at the same time, and then I was like, oh, it's going to be drip fed. I'm like, actually, that's better. I actually prefer the idea of it being drip fed because then you have a reason to come back more often, more regularly. Because like, so this past week we got the remake of the season launched, and we got the remake of Crash. We got some new Spec Ops missions, and then on top of that, we also got a new Ground War map, which also has vacant in that map.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Which surprised me. I didn't realize that they were gonna do that, but it does. And so, okay, here, suck on some text. Gotcha. So that would surprise me, and it was a nice little surprise because it actually kind of served as a preview, so to speak, for what we're going to end up getting.
Yeah.
When the actual map comes out, it's like, oh, this is a nice little redesign. I like this. It was a little disorienting at first because it is a map that I and so many other people are so intimately familiar with. We know like every little nook and cranny of that map, and now it's been placed in this wider open area. So some of those boundaries on the original map are no longer, like the chain link fences and stuff with the tarps over them, so you can't really see out of the map, are no longer there, and you can just leave. That took and it's now an objective area instead of just being the map itself. So that took just a slight little bit of kind of wrapping your head around. It's like, oh, this is interesting. But now since it's all going to be drip fed, it's like we have something to look forward to like every week. So so I feel like this really could have been handled better. It could have definitely been handled better. The fact that it's drip fed is not a bad thing, but they should have been a little more clear about that instead of it really probably. I'm surprised it didn't. I'm surprised it didn't say that in that little trailer that they released. But I feel like the negativity about this wouldn't be there if it was just stated. It had been blatantly stated and it was obvious. Another 2, and I got another gunship. Come on! We got like 3 seconds left. Load in. Aw, man.
Be advised, friendly gunship in the AO. All in a good day's work.
Oh my goodness, that was ridiculous. What a match. I got 39 kills. Oh, this is me. I'm playing the game here. You get to see it.
Oh, it kind of cut off.
It cut off, but oh my goodness. 39 kills, man.
yeah, I I haven't quite decided yet on how I feel. I mean I don't mind the idea of drip feeding. It's just going to be a matter of how much there. How exactly it's gonna be drip fed. Is it just gonna be a little bit every week, or are we gonna have to wait a while before the new stuff?
And that's something. It's like, do we actually know exactly how long the season's going to last? Do we know what that length of time is?
I'm not exactly sure because the event page on if you go to events, say at the end of January, but then when you go to the buy battle pass, it says that the pass resets in 56 days, so that's roughly 2 months, I think. I'm assuming that's. I assume it's gonna be based around the battle pass. So time will tell because there's like there are two games I'm thinking of when I'm thinking drip feeding. One being Battlefront 2, in particularly the period from when they released just the first two Clone Legion skins.
Yeah.
Up until Capital Supremacy, and of course the traps, the new maps being released a month of each. That I remember initially being a bit disappointed that we're only getting 2 Clone Legions at first. Like where's the content? But then as time moved on, I feel I don't remember if that one was the September update. I feel the October update was the one that added Geonosis and Obi-Wan Kenobi, if I recall. Or am I...
November was Geonosis and Obi-Wan.
Oh yeah, that's right. Then was it Grievous on October?
Yeah.
More Clone Legions. Okay, that sounds more about right. So, and I feel that worked out pretty fine. So as you said, like I don't mind the drip feeding, and I feel in the case of Battlefront 2 it was handled pretty well. The other example I'm thinking of, in a less positive view, which is ironic considering it's from the same developer, i.e. Battlefield 5, because the drip feed is all over the place with that game. I feel like releasing new maps hasn't been too bad. Aside from the fact when they didn't release any new maps in a long time, but the first content drop was a new map, and they released that one instantly. And I think that's been the case with most maps. The maps delivery has been fine. They've had some sort of scheduling, like no.
Bye.
If I remember,
you know
correct.
What's funny is you're the one that triggered that, not me.
Oh, how ironic. Yeah, as I said, the drip feed with the maps when they did start releasing new maps hasn't been too bad. In fact, I was even surprised when they released the Pacific DLC, because I expected a lot of drip feeding, but no, they actually released 2 maps at once and 4 weapons that were just instantly unlocked for me anyway. I don't know if they require some level requirement otherwise. But then the release of new weapons and vehicles have been handled in a very weird way, in that they're part of this whole Tides of War thing they've been had going on. So like every week for the entirety of the season, or chapter as they're calling it, there's a new weekly reward, most of them being new weapons, sometimes new vehicles, and sometimes new cosmetics. So if you were like, for instance, with the Pacific update, you want to use the BAR, or BAR, since that's a American weapon, and the Americans being added. Well, you're gonna have to wait until next week, when that's a weekly reward, upon which it will either be unlocked as a reward, or if in terms of anything that's gameplay related, it can be unlocked later through the company coins. I don't remember what they're called, something the free currency. So it's been all over the place, and it's interesting that the same developer have different systems of drip feed, and of course it will also be interesting to see exactly where this game falls in terms of drip feeding the content, whether it's gonna be a fairly steady pace that's gonna be like, oh, there's constantly something new, or if it's just gonna be completely obnoxious about it. But time will have to tell.
The thing I think that's probably, and this is me being partly an outsider on the whole thing, because I've had, it's kind of funny to think about, is that I became a lapsed Call of Duty fan and became a Battlefield fan, and now it's the complete opposite, where I'm a lapsed Battlefield fan and I'm now a Call of Duty fan again. So that's kind of an interesting thing. So this is partly me looking in as an insider, because I haven't played Battlefield 5 with the exception of the beta, a year plus ago. Oh, come on. Is that I feel like maybe the reason that the DLC plan and the stuff that's been going on there has seemed so wacky is because EA still kind of has their mitts all over that, more so than they do Battlefront 2, because they kind of wrote Battlefront 2 off as a loss a long time ago, so DICE can kind of get away with whatever they want to in that game now.
Yeah.
Because from EA's point of view, I mean, obviously, I think they've started paying attention to it a little more recently, because now that they've got that, what do they call it, like the Legacy, the Celebration Edition, or whatever they're calling it.
Yeah, Celebration Edition.
Yeah, that where people can now buy it for $25 and literally get every skin and cosmetic that has been in the game over the last 2 years at this point, including stuff that they're going to release for Rise of Skywalker here in a couple weeks. But I mean, for the longest time, that game to EA was dead, and it's only been the fans and DICE that have been keeping it alive. So
close.
But then with Battlefield is solely under EA's control, and it always has been, and it always will be. Where Star Wars, that's a third-party IP that EA negotiated to be able to use with the IP owner, which is Disney. Yeah, they made that deal, and that's why EA has sole control over Star Wars.
Yeah.
So because of the microtransactions issue, EA has kind of wrote off Battlefront 2, and they haven't been paying that much attention to it. And then with other DLC, they might have a mandate from Disney that literally says, "Hey, let DICE do whatever they want with Battlefront 2, because they'll actually because they'll improve the game, and just keep your hands off of it, or else we'll take the or else we'll take the license away from you, which I think they probably have the right to do at any time. Wouldn't surprise me, because it is their IP. So, oh come on, whatever. So, but with Battlefield, of course, that's EA's game. No one else owns that, but EA. DICE doesn't own that franchise. I don't think they're just the main developers of it. It's like Infinity Ward doesn't own Call of Duty. Activision owns Call of Duty. And Activision owns Infinity Ward. So because of that thing with Battlefield, I feel like that might be why the DLC is a little wonky. I feel like some of the DLC release patterns for Battlefront 2 has been wonky in the past, but but whenever you get a big update, it is a big update all in one thing, and then you get some smaller things sprinkled in along the sides. Like they've never said, all right, well, here's Capital Supremacy, and here's the Geonosis map, and then next week you'll get. Well, no, hold on. I'm lying here. That's exactly 100% what they did. Where they said, hey, here's a new map. Next week you'll get Count Dooku, and the next week you'll get Anakin Skywalker, because that's 100% what happened. Except it wasn't. Okay, error disconnected due to transmission error.
Uh-oh.
Interesting. Am I still with you? For you?
Yeah, you're still in my party. It even had a pop-up saying that you joined my party.
Okay, so I'm in your party still, but we're no longer in the game lobby. We're back at the original menu.
I backed out just in case.
Okay. Okay, that's good. That's good, because that's all right. So yeah, we're looking for a match right now. So yeah, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Move along.
Move along.
So,
move along.
But I know you do. But yes, but I mean, even then, I don't know. It's because I feel like it's maybe because Battlefront 2 never advertised their DLC as coming in waves or chapters. It's like, hey, next month we're introducing a new mode, and it's Capital Supremacy, and as time goes on, you'll get new maps for it. Where with Battlefield, again, correct me if I'm wrong, but this sort of kind of looks like it's kind of another looking in from an outsider's perspective. It seems like they're still kind of treating it like it's the old-fashioned way of. Okay, we backed out again.
Yeah, now I got an error.
Now you got an error. Okay. It kind of seems like they're still treating it like the old DLC packs, like Battlefield 4. China Rising and Battlefield 4, Operation Naval Strike and Battlefield 4. Return to the rehashed Battlefield 3 maps or whatever that one was called. Second Assault. That was it. Yeah, it seems like they're still treating it as these great big $15. Another transmission error. Status undertone. What's that about?
I don't know. This is weird. Well,
of course, while they're treating it like that, it's not actually that, because so the messaging gets mixed up, because they treat it as like, all right, here's a new chapter in the Battlefield 5 story, the war in the Pacific, and here's so then you're going to get this map and this map and this map and this map to come with it, like it's a big $15 DLC thing, but then they end up drip feeding it to you instead of releasing it all in one go. So I mean, is that maybe why that seemed a little bit weird?
That's well, you're partially correct, but
okay.
That's not the reason. With the exception of the Pacific DLC, and even then, not all of the Pacific content has been released yet. There's still Wake Island. That's I think is it's releasing next week, and then there's another Pacific map that was recently teased. But the Pacific update was the only one that kind of just launched with 2 maps right out of the gate, and you even got access to 4 new weapons, because up until that point it was very much like how Battlefront 2 released its content, because you had the game released in November, and then in December there was the new map that was advertised alongside the final war story, and then it's so weird because that Battlefield 5 literally followed that the same trajectory as well, not the exact same trajectory as Battlefront 2, because it didn't have to overhaul its leveling up system, but it was very similar in that it didn't, like Battlefront 2 didn't do as well as the previous one, if I recall, and there were a lot of controversies around the microtransactions, of course. So people, and because they had to rework the leveling up system, there wasn't really much content after that initial Last Jedi season, or whatever it was called.
Yeah, I think they called it a season, and even then it wasn't much. It was Crate, Finn, and Phasma. That was it.
Yeah, and then Battlefield 5 kind of followed the same, because after that first content drop with the new map, that in December of 2018, there wasn't a new map released until I think the end of May of this year. Of course, the credit where credit's due, they did release new weapons in a fairly steady pace. Even released.
That's already better than Battlefront 2.
Yeah, even a few new vehicles. They like, as I said, the first chapter was one new map, and then the second chapter was basically 2 new game modes, Squad Conquest and Rush, although at the time there were limited time only modes. Rush has been coming back a few times, and Squad Conquest was made into a permanent game mode for some reason. I don't remember what the third chapter released. I'm trying. Oh yeah, no, that was the one that released the Battle Royale. Now I remember.
Yeah, because that was late. Yeah, that was because they had to delay that.
Yeah, and I think that was basically it for any major content. And it wasn't until Chapter 4, I think, or maybe it was the end of Chapter 3, that they finally released a new map, and that was at the end of May. And then, with the exception of one map that had to be delayed because of technical issues, they've been releasing a new map a month since the end of May, so it's gotten better, but it's not. It's only right just now that it kind of had the expansion pack deal with its content distribution, and even then it didn't release all of the content, but surprising high amount considering most of the content has up until now has been drip fed, and well, technically is still being drip fed. Oh no.
So taking all that into consideration, I feel like maybe, and again, I haven't played Battlefield 5, but oh boy. Oh, taking cover. I was in the middle of talking. Shouldn't be attacking while I'm talking. Yeah, how'd that 725 work out for you there? It did it? They're down. Woo! talk about being rude, interrupting our conversation.
Yeah.
Anyway, I feel like maybe one of the reasons the drip feeding in this game could potentially be more to our liking is that just based on my experience from the beta, I like to play this game more than Battlefield 5 because there was just something about that beta and the way that game played that just completely turned me off of it.
I remember that.
I can't. Oh my goodness! Will it spawn me from a different place away from this guy for once? Thank you. The same guy killed me 3 times and kept spawning me next to him.
Oh no.
And that is the problem with this game. The spawn system does need some sort of overhaul, but that happens way too often.
Yeah.
So again, this game's not perfect, but
I have a very interesting clip of how a whole bunch of enemies just spawned right in front of me as I was mounting up my light machine gun.
So
oh no.
Yeah, so oh, okay. Time to move. Time to move. Ah! So, yeah. So I mean, so this game I just like because it feels good. This game, this is one of the best feeling, if not the best feeling Call of Duty of all time, if you ask me. I mean, the movement and it just feels so smooth and good to play. Where Battlefield has always felt clunkier, but considering what that game has always been, I've been fine with that. And I've liked that. Like Battlefield 3 and 4, I played those games probably close to, if not more, than I played certain Call of Duty games, because I just those were really good fun games to play, even if the movement was a little clunkier. But I don't know, there was something whether it World War II weapons, again going back to my problems with Battlefield 1, because those were old guns, or whether it was that. Or if it was something that they did to the movement system, or I don't know. I feel like another thing with that was that whenever you get shot, you die, which is something that happens a lot in a first-person shooter, especially in Battlefield. Yeah, there's that lengthy moment of time where you're just lying on the ground wounded, where I feel like that was an interesting idea, but the execution of that was just not good, because I just feel like you spend more time on the ground waiting for someone to revive you and it never happening than in previous games, and especially the way it used to work, because the way it used to work is you'd get shot, you'd be killed, you would see the person that killed you, and then there's a certain amount of time where you're seeing that kill cam where there'd be the option for a teammate to revive you, and so while you're stuck in that screen watching that person that killed you run around, then there's that period of time where you could potentially be revived.
Yeah.
Now with Battlefield 5, it seems like they added to that, which makes the time between... Oh, I got a chopper gunner. I've been getting a lot of good stuff in care packages on this map. It seems like they added to that where you get shot, and then you do the whole squirm around waiting to get revived thing. And then on top of then after that seeing the person that killed you. So it added, and it made an even longer amount of time in between from being killed to being put back into the game, which really slows things down. And I don't know, is that correct still? Because again, the last time I played it was the beta, so a lot of things could have changed between then and the full release. But I feel like that was one of the things that really turned me off of it, because it even added to the time that it takes to actually get back to playing the game, which is the problem. Where in this game, you have you die, you see the person that killed you for a moment, you have the option to skip the kill cam, you're back in.
Yeah, it pretty much works exactly as the beta. Of course, you can do the whole skip revive, and it will go through the bar a bit quicker. But yeah, it's I think it's basically the same amount of time as in the beta, but I don't remember. Oh, I saw that laser sight.
Well, and see, because I remember you being able to skip that, but then but the amount of time it took to skip that, I don't know. It felt like it took just as long to skip it as you might as well have sat there and waited for someone to revive you. It didn't seem like there was that much of an advantage just to not allowing yourself to be revived.
Well,
because it does like the big circle, like, you know, the UI kind of does the circle. Yeah.
Well,
double kill.
Actually, they might have changed that, because I feel at least when you hold down the button to skip the revive, it does go through quite quickly.
Okay, then
So
that's possible they
changed
changed that from the beta, and it's not as bad as it was. But so I don't know. So I mean so the content being kind of more drip fed to you, and that and we got another cluster strike coming in. Run!
Oh boy.
That that could definitely add to frustrations. The frustrations of that, because the gameplay loop just isn't as fun. So when you finally do get new content, you get stopped from even playing it because you're spending most of your time dead on the ground. You aren't given that amount of time to actually experience it. Or here in COD, that was the play of the game. Are you kidding me? I went on several little kill streaks there, but the play of the game is someone throwing a throwing knife in someone's back and then immediately dying. Okay, COD, go home. You're drunk.
That's not how
like, what about
work.
my helicopter gunship kill streak there? Or I mean, I defended an objective with a combination of a grenade and then getting 3 kills with my M4. So I feel like that would have been a cool play of the game. But okay, now we'll just have a throwing knife be our and an immediate death being our play of the game. That works. That's fine.
This is fine.
This is fine, he says, as you're disconnected due to a transmission error. Why does it keep doing that?
Oh no, did it do that again?
Yep.
Huh. Also, where's Crash? I want to play Crash.
Yeah, and it's weird because they had a Crash 24/7 playlist, and then they replaced it with Shoot House.
Yeah. And that was,
which is odd,
due to popular demand, because a lot of people, because they had the Shoot House 24/7 last weekend, a lot of people really enjoyed playing that playlist, so they were upset when Crash 24/7 replaced it, because the thing with Shoot House is that it apparently solves those complaints about camping. Now, we haven't exactly had a problem with that, but a lot of at least vocal parts of the community are complaining that this is a camp fest of a game. Shoot House, however, not really camper friendly. So I suppose because
that's because it's so small.
Yeah, it's I guess this is Modern Warfare's equivalent to Nuketown, in that it's very small, it's very like a very fast-paced map, and there's a lot of action in it. So a lot of people just really enjoyed it. Which I thought it was a fun map as well.
Yeah, I like the map too, and it's fine to have, and for those reasons, I completely understand having a 24/7 playlist for it. But at the same time, can we have a 24/7 playlist for it and the new map?
Yeah, exactly. I required the season 1 content.
Because have you even experienced New Crash yet?
I did play a bit. Was it on the day it launched, or maybe it was the day after? But I did play pretty early, because I hadn't. Well, I hadn't really. Going back to the whole. Well, I just finished Jedi Fallen Order. I don't really. And now I'm just playing Modern Warfare for the weekend because I want to play that and want to catch up and such. And oh, the new season launches right after that. I guess I'll play a bit more Modern Warfare. So yeah, I did experience the Crash 24/7.
Okay, because there are some interesting, significant changes to that map that I find very interesting. Because they added some areas, they added a path in one of the buildings, so you can get from one of the buildings to the kind of the mid part of the map a little easier, which is interesting. So I mean, it would be kind of nice to just play round after round after round there since it's new, but I guess we gotta just go through the. They've got that bridge up there locked down. We're gonna have to get them off there somehow.
Speaking of Crash,
tactical gameplay activate.
Of course, Crash is a classic COD map from COD 4, and also coming sometime later this season are both Shipment and Vacant, both also classic maps from COD 4. That I haven't seen a lot of discussion about this, but it was something I did start thinking about the fact that of course we are getting also 2 gunfight maps, I think, but I don't really play gunfight.
No, I haven't really played it that much since the alpha.
Yeah, and of course the new Ground War map, which looks pretty good. I think I've heard that apparently it's a very good map for Ground War.
I like it. I think I've only played 2 matches on it, but I really like it. It gives me some vibes of Battlefield 3 because it is on a port, so it feels kind of like that port side that port side map of Battlefield 3 that they had. That was one of the smaller conquest maps.
Yeah.
Loka, you ran right past a person. You got killed.
Where?
In that building you just ran through. They were on the stairs going up to the 2nd level.
Oh, they got me.
See? Yeah, they're all hiding up there, and you ran right past them. And then they saw you coming through there, and I knew they were there. So there you go.
Enemy precision airstrike inbound. Take cover.
Yeah, the Battlefield 3 map is definitely the one I've heard comparisons to.
Yeah, so it's fun for that reason, and then also it has Vacant in the map itself as well. So it's got that going for it. So it's got that little preview. And then at the same time, it also kind of looks like that. It's kind of giving us a preview to whatever the Battle Royale thing that they're probably going to eventually be adding to this game, because it seems like it's also connected. It's connected to another one. It's because you can see from the farmland hill, the farmland ground war map, and then from that map you can see other parts. You can see other parts of the Spec Ops map. So it seems like that Infinity Ward have created like one gigantic map, and then they cut sections off of it.
Yeah.
To No, oh, come on. Tried to assassinate a guy, but then he turned around at the last second, shot me in the face.
Ah, dang it.
So it's kind of interesting to see all of that.
Yeah. Of course, going back to the core maps, since I presume that's where the majority of the COD players are still gonna reside, and the fact that all 3 of those new maps coming for the core game modes
Can't even spawn.
are are classic hardcore maps. It has sort of got me thinking, and I think I've seen like a few tidbits here and there, but not a big discussion about it. But the fact that the core new maps are, well, old maps, and especially following the first season of the game, which because sometimes you can kind of get the idea of how content is going to be based on one season. Of course, it's far too early to draw any conclusions. But what if it would turn out that a whole bunch of, or maybe even all of the core maps coming in the future would be classic maps from the Modern Warfare series or the original trilogy? And I again, extremely hypothetical scenario if that were to happen, and I like thought about, well, started thinking like, would that be a good thing? Would that be a bad thing? I'm kind of unsure, because on one hand it would be a bit, I guess, lazy if every new map released would just be an old map.
Well, now let's stop that train of thought right there, because first of all, this is a brand new engine, so it's not like they're copy pasting assets. They are actually physically in quotes. They're going through and they are actually step by step recreating these maps as if they're having to design them by scratch. Now they've got original design specs to go off of, but they're having to rebuild these maps from the ground up for this game. They're not just taking for the old COD for the old COD 4 maps. They're not just taking the files from Modern Warfare Remastered and bringing them over. They are, while the design of them is similar or not similar but familiar to us, they are essentially brand new maps because they are built for this game, because they've got the doors that open, they've got new areas to run around in, the skins are redone, there's new things added to them to actually make it feel unique to this game. There's even tweaks made to them to make sure camping doesn't happen. On Crash, that top building, you come out that staircase, you cannot, and you could, like in the previous versions of that map, you can run all around that little exit to the staircase. That's part of that is blocked off now, so you don't have to worry about campers back there anymore. It's only most of the roof and not all of it that's accessible now. So you don't have to worry about campers there. So yes, while they could be focusing more on new and unique maps for this game, I feel like them putting in older maps from the original Modern Warfare trilogy into this game is not them being lazy. I feel like that's them being nostalgic and giving us, and it's fan service. Now, there is such a thing as too much fan service. I want new maps for this game that are unique to this game that could potentially be the new terminal, the new Rust, the new shipments, and stuff like that. But But I don't think they're being. I don't think there's any worry about them being lazy in the fact that they're bringing in these old maps, because they are having to build them from the ground up. And some of these maps that have been data mined from the PC files that we've seen that they're going to bring in, are some maps that we've never seen redone. Like I think there's like one or two from Modern Warfare 3. I think that, of course, they've literally only appeared in Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah.
And that's it. I think, if I'm remembering the list correctly, and even then, some of them that we're thinking, if they are old maps, they've been renamed, because like Terminal is not on that list, but there is it seems like an airport themed map, which would lead us to speculate that Terminal is there. It's just going under that new name. So there's that to think of, and of course, they're being rebuilt from the ground up. And again, from that list that we had data mined from the PC files, there are a good amount of old maps coming, but at the same time, there's a whole bunch of new ones as well. So I think it's going to be interesting to see what the proper balance between fan service and providing something new will be, because if they rely too much on nostalgia and fan service and just trying to give us a bunch of old maps, then we could have a problem. But I got bamboozled.
Oh no.
But them being nostalgic and giving us old maps, I don't think is a problem. It does have the potential to become a problem. So I don't think it's lazy. But
yeah, and I was gonna get to the positive side of things, of like, well, so
yeah, sorry, I kind of hijacked that there.
No, that's quite all right. Because okay, so what if they're releasing old maps in the new game? These maps, at least these free ones, they are classic maps. They are like Crash, I would say, is probably one of the most iconic COD maps, at least in terms of Modern Warfare. And are you ready to push up, Brando? Oh, maybe he did the right thing. Because I mean, imagine a Counter-Strike game releasing without Dust 2, because every Counter-Strike releases with Dust 2. So, I mean, every Modern Warfare game having Crash. I mean, that's.
Modern Warfare 3 did not have Crash, but Modern Warfare 2 did.
Well, yeah, but I was thinking about, for instance, for the sequel for this game, whatever they're gonna name it. I can't say I'm looking forward to the naming conventions.
Yeah.
But I mean, would it be such a bad thing if Crash just were a thing in every subsequent Modern Warfare release from now? I mean, it is a classic map. It is a great map.
Of course, we don't want to have a Nuketown problem.
Yeah, that's also the other side of the problem, where it just gets obnoxious. Which Nuketown?
Yeah, because like when Nuketown came back in Black Ops 2, that was exciting, because it's like, oh, this is one of the best. This is a fan favorite map from the first game, and then but then it came back in Black Ops 3, and it's like, oh, that's not that surprising. And then they brought it back again in Black Ops 4. It's like, oh, that's even less surprising. So.
Also, the fact that it was a pre-order bonus in all of those cases probably didn't help either, because it kind of just became predictable that, oh, a new Black Ops, well, that means, oh yeah, Nuketown's back, and oh yeah, it's a pre-order bonus again.
Yeah, I
of
think it
course,
was always
released for free.
for every game. It was the pre-order bonus. As
Yeah.
it was for 2.
Yeah, that was definitely the case with 3, and I think 4 as well. 4, at least, I will say, had a fairly radical well, I say radical, I mean the layout and everything was the same, but it had a more Russian aesthetic to it, which was like fair play. That's a bit different.
Well, yeah, and then that game technically even had 2 versions of it because on top of them having the regular map, like Team Deathmatch map, they also had the version that was in Blackout, and that was like all charred and destroyed and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Friendly care package inbound.
So yeah, I don't really mind them releasing old maps, since so far at least it's, well, just for one season. We don't really know how subsequent season is gonna be, if it's just gonna be all old maps. But even then, I mean, Shoot House is a completely new map.
yeah, and it's great.
Yeah, so I don't know. It was just one of those things where I started thinking about it when I saw the announcement. Yeah, that's exciting. And then thinking, wait, is this how it should be? Should we only get all the maps? And then like going back and forth and then on that, and then just landing in that. I mean, it wouldn't be so bad. I mean, if I would still be pretty excited if they, like, say next season they released some classic maps from Modern Warfare 2. Of course, I don't want them to overdo it at the same time and just rely on old maps as new content, but I don't feel the worry, any reason to worry about that right now, at least, considering, I mean, technically, we've gotten 2 new maps released so far, one being an old one being a new one, and of course, the ground war maps is gonna be a completely different beast, considering it's an entirely new thing for this game.
Mm-hmm. And it's also possible that oh shoot. Do I dare go for the ninja defuse? Yeah, I knew that was going to happen.
We're losing ground. Let's take it back.
So, because of all the speculation and stuff, is definitely possible that, you know, this season ends, and then in February, when the next one starts, you know, the theme is Battle Royale, and they launch their big attraction that time is like 1 or 2 Modern Warfare 2 maps with a with their absolutely gigantic Battle Royale map that like puts the Blackout map to shame because between the 4 different because between the 4 different ground war maps we've got.
There's, I think, 2 of them.
Yeah, I almost got them. Because between the 4 different ground war maps we've got at this point, we already have a map with the connective tissue. We've already got a map that's about the size of the Blackout map that we got in Black Ops 4. Because in Spec Ops you can see the map layout. You can see that map right there, and it looks to be about the same. So.
Less than a minute.
Oh, don't choke, buddy. He choked. So I mean that, and of course, you know that, I mean, because here's the thing, I'm not a great big fan of Battle Royale. I spent some time in Fortnite, and it's like, okay, this is fine. It's you know, it's kind of whatever. It's a game to play as you listen to a podcast. But then
Yeah.
it became this giant behemoth, and I could no longer, in good conscience, play it because I just kind of felt dirty. It's like what? It's taking all this money from kids and stuff, and it's like yeah. And it's just I just don't understand the appeal here. It just feels weird. So I stopped playing it, and then Blackout, and of course, we played that free weekend of Blackout, and I enjoyed it for the most part. But there was the inventory management system was just so clunky
Ooh, yeah.
on console.
It was
It's just
bad.
I could that was something that was obviously designed. It's like the one and only moment in Call of Duty history when something was designed for PC without console in mind.
Yeah.
Well, in modern COD history, because of course Call of Duty used to be a PC franchise, but when it first started, but I think they're going A. They're going A. Oh no! Wait, hold on. We're the ones attacking. Ah, what the heck? Come on.
Dang it.
But
I got flanked.
but Infinity Ward, I mean, I mean they had their little issues between the release of Modern Warfare 3 and this game, but I have always stated that Infinity Ward, especially considering they were the original developers, they've always been the best COD developers.
Yeah.
Treyarch has always been riding their coattails, and then Sledgehammer is just Sledgehammer.
Yeah. Poor Sledgehammer.
Yeah, I mean they were brought on to make maps for the DLC packs, and that's what they've always been. So, and the only reason they became a full-fledged studio to help to actually mainline development on games on Call of Duty titles is because the development time got longer in between titles, and they needed that extra time.
Yep.
On top of the fact that they did do a lot of help with Modern Warfare 3 when all that legal stuff was going down. So they did earn their stripes with that game, I think. But with Advanced Warfare and World War II, I don't think they've really proven themselves that they're a support studio.
Yeah.
That's all they are. That's all they ever really should have been. But then for some reason, but then here we are. So with Infinity Ward at the helm of a battle royale and maybe a better inventory management system, I feel like they could actually have a really special battle royale on their hands.
Yeah, it's gonna be different. Not different. I mean, interesting. Because so far, battle royale games just haven't really seemed to grab me. Of course, there was Fortnite, and it was all right, and then it exploded, so it was just ugh. And as you said, we played a Blackout, and it was fine, but I didn't feel like oh, this is something I'm gonna play a lot of. And then I'm trying to think in what I think Apex came next, and
yeah, I played Apex up until like just right before Season 2 dropped, and I enjoyed it, but even it's like there's been a couple things that they've done where it's like, oh, it's like that kind of seems interesting, but I came to a realization that, like, with the exception of one game, all the games on my console were first-person shooters, and it's like I need to differentiate. I've got too many, because I started thinking to myself, I don't know, I kind of feel no matter what game I'm playing, I'm kind of playing the same thing, and then I realized, oh, that's because they're all FPSs.
yeah, I can relate.
Coincidentally, around the time then they started to have those E3 sales, it's like, oh, hey, let's pick up God of War, Days Gone, and Watch Dogs 2 for a combined total of $60. 3 games for $60. So that was so now of course those 3 games were all the same as well because they're all open world.
We have the bomb. Move.
Ah, wall,
no.
on the wall.
Yeah, it took me out. Like Apex seemed fine to me as well, but because I played a little bit of it when it came out. Then Season 1 launched and I played a little bit more, but not as much as during that initial launch. And then I've, like, aside from the Halloween event, like I haven't really touched the game because I was just...
Come on! You idiot!
They're making us fight for it. Keep at it.
That was so easy.
Yeah.
His aim was terrible. They were lined up for him. That should have been a headshot and then a quick snap up. But oh my gosh,
Yeah.
bad player is bad.
Switching sides.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Apex is just one of those games. Like whenever I launch it, I'm like, this is actually kind of fun. But it's just that I don't really launch it. Like I never really do. And then the next, for me at least, was Firestorm for Battlefield 5, and ironically enough, that like it seemed that
Enemy precision.
could have been the Battle Royale for me until I just grew tired of it and haven't gone back, and it seemed to be dead. So I don't think there's a reason to go back anyway. I don't know. I feel it was just the way Battlefield 5's
Enemy bomb planted.
gameplay mechanics and gunplay just gelled well with me for a time at least, until I grew tired of the Battle Royale. So it's gonna be interesting if this one is the one that will grab me, because so far none of the Battle Royales have.
That's it. We've lost the objective. I expect better.
Yeah, because the thing with this game is that it also has one of the. This is a great example right here. This game has one of the quickest times to kill out of any FPS on the market today, let alone in Call of Duty history. So the armor system, because Call of Duty always has had a very quick time to kill compared to other games. Because I mean, unless it's a headshot, even Rainbow Six Siege has a slower time to kill. Especially, depending on the gun you're using, the caliber of the bullet and everything, it might definitely take a while to take someone down. Compared to, I mean, you shoot someone a bunch of times, they're going to die. But but 1 second versus 3 seconds is a lot when you really think about it. So
yeah, definitely.
And considering what Battle Royale is all about being the last man standing and trying to survive, they're really going to have to figure out how to do the armor system combined with the inventory to make that very intuitive for console use.
Yeah.
Because I feel like armor, because that was the problem with Blackout. I found is that the armor was effective. You were able to find the different ranks of armor, like you would able to find the different type of shields in Fortnite or Apex. That all worked exactly the same. And then meds worked like they were supposed to, but accessing those different things was where that really became a problem. Yeah. I feel like Apex actually has a pretty intuitive inventory.
Yeah,
I think that's one of the reasons I ended up playing it as much as I did, which surprised me. Is that it did have is that you were able to very quickly swap things around in the inventory and then queue them up. Mostly because I think they did, if I remember correctly, they did kind of have dedicated spots, like heals would be where where a tactical grenade would go.
Yeah.
So they were automatically mapped. Where in Blackout, it's like you could it was ironically Apex restricting your choices somewhat helped make gameplay a little easier. Because meds went into a certain spot to a certain button bind, and then your lethals went to a certain one. where in Blackout, whatever you pick up first is going to go to whatever your lethal would have been, no matter if you picked up a grenade or a bandage, and so then you'd have to flip flop things around in the inventory, and then that was very involved and took time, which is something you don't often have in a firefight. So I'm not telling Infinity Ward to copy their brethren over at Respawn, which is funny because a lot of their former brethren are at Respawn. But copy what your brethren did at Respawn with Apex and put that system into Modern Warfare, and on top of the map design and the gameplay, I think you've got to something like the top D-pad or something, which doesn't really do much regularly. That's going to have to be. They're going to have to make sure that is for equipping armor when you have it in your inventory to do that fast. And then whatever the opposite D-pad button is, that's going to need to be.
What?
I've already got a care package. That's going to need to be what does your heals and C4. That's going to need to be your heals and so I mean it needs to be very much. Think about Republic Commando and how. Well, actually, hold on. You haven't played Republic Commando, have you?
No, but I'm watching a Let's Play actually of it because.
The thing with Republic Commando is that even though I've only played it on PC because the only console available was on Xbox, and that's blasphemy to me. You press one button and then that would immediately do something, and I'm pretty sure it was close to the exact same thing on Xbox. Like one of your D-pad buttons would command your squad to do one thing, and so it's very snappy. So they have to replicate that snappiness. Oh my goodness, they have to replicate that snappiness in this game if they're going to want to properly do battle royale. And of course we're just speculating here. They may not even. We imagine that they're doing battle royale just based on the great big map that they've got. They may not actually be wanting to do battle royale. They may just have a great big map that they've got for Spec Ops, and they're just like, But even then, what you have to question: what would that great big map be for if they weren't going to try to do battle royale at some point? It just doesn't. It just doesn't make sense. Oh wait, hold on. I forgot.
Oh, the Harrier still up. There we go. Oh no,
Thanks,
it's
Loka.
a weird glitch again.
10 seconds. Get ready to move. Enemy at the warehouse.
Going a bit off topic, since you brought up Republic Commando. What's funny is that I was actually supposed to play it in time for the the Republic Commando being added in Battlefront 2. Of course, I didn't end up. I even bought it on GOG because it was on sale anyway. But then, for whatever reason, I just never ended up playing it. And the reason I'm watching a Let's Play of it now is just because it happened that one of my favorite Let's Players just happened to Let's Play. So I was like, should I watch this or should I play the game first? Oh, what the heck! I'll watch this, and kind of enjoying it and like really thinking, oh man, this game seems really fun. I can see why it's being called the best.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I'd love a reboot done. That's okay. Nope, disappeared. That's not gonna question it. That's fine. It's just because of how good it was, and doing a canon story with those characters, since they are canon thanks to the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Doing a canon story with those characters, and it would also be very interesting because that's one of the reasons I would want to see it done is like what would D. Bradley Baker do with those characters?
Yeah.
Because the thing with those characters, even though they were clones, they had different voice actors voicing them. Where Morrison was boss, since he was the most Django-like clone, but then all the other characters were voiced by different people, and then on top of that, the regular clone troopers had their own voice actor as well. That wasn't Tamara Morrison. So you have to think that maybe that part came down to budget. Like we could get him to do either all of the regular clone troopers, or we could get him to do the main clone to play as, and of course, that's a no-brainer there. You'd want him to.
I feel like it might be a combination of budgeting, but also wanting the squad mates to stand out from each other.
Right.
Where having different voices would help, even though it's
and of course, D. Bradley
technically
Baker
not how it should be.
Yeah. And of course, D. Bradley Baker has demonstrated well in the past that he's very capable of making each clone sound unique and being their own individual. So I'd love to see what he'd be able to do with those characters.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he would want to remain faithful to what they were in the original game while doing his own thing at the same time. So I think he would definitely. He would definitely do Sev as more of a more gravelly person, and then Scorch would be a little higher, voiced, and then Victor would probably have more of the kind of officer type, and there's so many possibilities with all that stuff that just I didn't mean to throw that. Okay. And also, what they could do with multiplayer, like make it some sort of combo between Halo and Rainbow Six, but with clone troopers, that would be fun.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Enemy at the warehouse.
Next hard point, let's go. Hard point secure.
Yeah, that's not what I wanted to do, but that works too. Okay. Whatever.
Enemy cruise missile incoming.
Oh boy.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Enemy at the center.
Oh no, that's not the one I wanted. Oh well.
Are you kidding me? I can't catch a break this match.
How did I not die?
10 seconds, get ready to move. Keep fighting, we got this. Hard point secure.
Oh boy.
Behind us.
Yeah. Got killed.
Next hard
Oh.
point, let's go. Enemy UAV overhead.
A guy running around with a gas can on the end of his shotgun.
Oh no.
Oh, triple kill!
Got the hard point.
Oh hey, that's actually funny in that in the campaign for this one they do the whole like here take this oil can from a car and use it as a suppressor. Like wait, that actually works? That's interesting.
Yeah, that's like the most questionable thing about the campaign for me in terms of realism. Is like, does that actually work? Because it's such a video game trope at this point that it's like, is that an actual thing?
Yeah, and I mean I guess it does, because when I started playing Days Gone, that was also one of the first things that happened. So like,
yeah, and so that's another reason I'm going. Is that a thing? Because if Days Gone did it, as much as I love Days Gone, that's a science fiction zombie game. So
yeah.
I'm not sure how much truth there is in
Yeah,
that, but
yeah, but my line of thinking was that I would probably have been less surprised when it happened in Modern Warfare because of Days Gone, which theoretically I would have played before
no! Ah, come
Modern
on!
Warfare.
I got stuck behind the water cooler.
But now it just happened that I just only got around to Days Gone just recently. But hey, at least my curse of not finishing games may have been may have finally lifted. Because
don't say that quite yet, because Days Gone, as we were discussing before the stream started, it's a doozy.
It is, and that's definitely the difference between well, the single player games I've been playing recently is that they have been fairly linear. The Modern Warfare trilogy doesn't really count since it was a replay. I played this, and then I played The Force Unleashed just because, well, it's about a week until Jedi Fallen Order. I don't really have anything single player wise to play. I guess I'll play The Force Unleashed, even though I knew I shouldn't play it as a case of, oh, let's prepare for Jedi Fallen Order, because it's a completely different game. And then of course Jedi and then of course Jedi Fallen Order. That one I did actually, because they did the whole, oh, here's the double XP for Modern Warfare, and I'm thinking, oh, I really want to play Modern Warfare now, but well, just like, no, I'm gonna power through. I'm gonna power through Jedi Fallen Order. No Modern Warfare, no multiplayer until I finish Jedi Fallen Order, and it actually worked. So, of course, I can't do that exact same thing with Days Gone, considering it's a lot bigger game.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm hoping that I can at least prioritize Days Gone, which, well, too early to say considering I only started playing it this Thursday, I believe.
Yeah, this is what happened with me with Days Gone, is that I started to play it, and it took me just a little bit, it's like the first 4 hours or so, it's kind of like, not sure what I think about this. And then like once hour 5 hit, it's like, I sat down, and then I look up, and it's 6:30, and it's time for dinner. It's like, oh, where'd the day go?
Oh.
The day's gone. Oh.
Oh yeah.
But I joke, but that is what happened. Is that I would sit down to play it, and 12 hours would go by, and that because once that game gets its hooks in you, it gets its hooks in you.
Yeah.
So.
I don't think I've shared this on stream. But I'm pretty sure I've shared this with you. But my new kind of comparison to make whether I'm gonna stick with a game. Okay, because here's the thing. Usually, when I start a game, I usually finish it. Of course, it may take some time, i.e. Spider-Man. But usually I get to the credits. There are a couple of exceptions, of course. And one of the more recent ones was a game called Generation Zero, which
if this is the one I'm thinking of.
It's the one with robots in 80s Sweden, which I was really looking forward to precisely because of that. So I ended up I think I shared this also. Like, I just got offers to pre-order a bunch of games for $10 off. So I ended up doing that with Generation Zero and Days Gone and Rage 2 and The Sinking City. Of course, by the time all of those games released, I still wasn't finished with neither Spider-Man nor Metro Exodus nor Kingdom Come Deliverance, although I ended up giving up on that game. Not because it wasn't...
You know you can put that away, right?
Yeah. I just...
Okay, just checking.
I just temporarily forgot. Not because it was a bad game, I did enjoy my time with it.
Top left.
Oh boy.
Alright, I'm back in the game. Let's go.
Didn't end up, didn't... Oh.
That's how it's done.
Didn't give up on Kingdom Come because it was bad, it was just... I had...
Huge.
Well, that and the fact that I had a month off from the game because I ended up playing a whole bunch of multiplayer stuff, and then when I went back it was kind of hard to get back into, and I wasn't really pleased with some of the things I had done in the game. Not in terms of choices and quests and such, but more like the choices I had taken in terms of which quest to do at what point, because it ended up being, well, I feel I have to go back and forth because I've done some bad mistakes. But anyway, it was Generation Zero I was gonna talk about, because when I finally got around to, okay, let's play this Generation Zero, which I haven't heard so great things about, so I was prepared for it. I ended up playing an hour and a half, and that was the point when I felt, yeah, I'm not gonna bother with this. And this is coming from someone who at least tries to power through a few hours. So I think I ended up deciding that Generation Zero is kind of my benchmark for whether I will stick with... Oh, better watch out behind you.
It's down to you. Get it.
Okay, that didn't work.
He probably jumped out the window. Or not. Not as smart as I thought he would be.
Device in place. Protect our carrier.
Oh, that's risky. That is risky.
Yep. I know. Oh.
They're making us fight for it. Keep at them.
Did you at least have your gun out? Please tell me you at least had your
No.
gun out.
I didn't get it out in time.
Oh, right in the face.
Um,
You tried. That's what matters.
an attempt was made.
You should have had the gun out when you were reviving me, but oh well.
Yeah.
Because I weakened him. If you had had your weapon out, you might have been able to get him and
Yeah.
revive me again.
Device location confirmed. Get moving.
So yeah, Days Gone I've definitely played more than an hour and a half, and I'm enjoying it, so I'm expecting to get to the credits on that one. So that's my new benchmark. If I'm already, like, if I'm 1.5 hours into the game and I'm already feeling that the gameplay loop is getting old,
That's bad.
yeah. So the good news is that I'm not feeling Days Gone has gotten old by that point.
Well, and also you've barely even started to figure out what the gameplay loop of that is, because you're
Yeah.
very early in it. So, I mean, I've compared it to a season of TV.
Yeah.
to him and others that I've talked to about the game, and so the first few hours of that game is like the pilot episode where it kind of knows what it wants to be, but it isn't exactly quite there yet. So okay,
Yeah.
does this guy want to plant the bomb or?
We've armed the EMP. Defend it. Back on right. Move.
All right, 3, 2,
Ah,
1.
if only I didn't
We win.
burst that. Oh well, at least we won, even though I failed miserably there.
Oh yeah, watch this guy. I'm gonna
Oh,
plant
yeah,
a claymore.
I saw that earlier. I didn't see he was planting a claymore though.
I love that. That's so good. It's like, here, eat claymore. Oh wait, I'm dead.
Device location confirmed. Get moving.
You just hear the call out from Call of Duty 4. Blazing claymore. It's funny that even the call outs from that game are iconic.
Yeah.
Modern Warfare 2 has plenty of iconic ones as well.
Friendly care package.
Oh yeah, like the Russian announcer screaming at the top of his
Everything.
lung.
Everything
Yeah,
the
well,
Russian announcer
everything,
says.
but most importantly, enemy AC-130 above.
Yeah, that's... Oh, I got a chopper gunner.
Nice.
Device secured.
I guess there's no need for me to pick up the bomb when you're just gonna annihilate them.
Annihilate. Yeah, I think I'm gonna save it for like the last round.
Yeah, that's probably a wise move. Also, I must say I absolutely love the fact that you can
We've armed the EMP.
peek through the door and just slowly open it as you move.
It's so
up.
good. I mean, it really makes you feel like you're playing as Captain Price in Call of Duty 4 because you can do that so often.
Yeah.
Stay hungry. There's more where that came from.
Because that was the two type of door breaches in Call of Duty 4. Is Price would slowly open the door for you, or the Marines would breach it with one of those little things around the handle. There wasn't really too much of an in-between there. And then in Modern Warfare 2, they introduced the slow-mo breach,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
It's just
Get to that device.
one of those features that's so simple and easy that you kind of like forget about it in the like big scope of all the other mechanics, but it's like it would after having it, it would be really noticeable
Allied cruise missile
if they
on
were
the
to
way.
remove it in the next Modern Warfare.
Misjudged that. I thought they were up top. But they were on the first floor. I just wasted that.
Oof.
Yeah, they're gonna be in. Headshot.
Nice.
Hold on, I've got an idea. No hit markers,
Yeah, that hit
but
the
be
wall.
wary. Pushing up. Oh, bamboos! That's so awesome. Other window,
Oh.
other window. I just got a Harrier jet.
Nice.
Device is in place. Defend it.
That's a savior kill. Open up. Kool-Aid Man here to save the day. Oh, I'm on a rampage right now.
Nice.
Match point. All right, here we go. You know what's about to be called in? A Harrier jet on top of a chopper gunner.
Oh. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, it's coming.
Friendly VTOL on station for Overwatch.
Oh, and there's a kill from the airstrike. That's another kill.
Oh no.
That's another one. I don't have any eyes on where anyone else is, though. I don't see any red dots.
Have the EMP. Attack the enemy data center.
Oh, he shows up. He's on the radar. Yeah, he's at the objective.
One left, though.
Yep.
All right. That is that. Game match point.
Oh yeah.
So much air support there at the end. I don't know what that guy kept doing. I think that's the guy that kept trying to set claymores everywhere. There's my Harrier jet just sitting in the end screen. "14 kills. I got double as many kills as the highest killed person on the other team. Their highest ranking person only had 7 kills. I got double that. It's so funny.
Oh, that's so good. Please be crash. Please be crash. Well, it's Shoot House, and that's new content since the last
Wow.
stream.
Hey, we're getting closer. We're getting closer.
We're getting there.
What would have been even better if I had, instead of the chopper gunner, if I had gotten the AC-130? That would have been so great. It's like, because it's like, what did we also just said? It's like, yeah, everything the Russian announcer in Modern Warfare 2 says is iconic,
Yeah.
but especially the AC-130 above. And I open that care package, it's like, oh, speaking of, enemy AC-130 above!
Capture and defend the
We're losing this battle, but it's not over yet! Get ready for the next one! I mean, what was the direction for that guy in the booth? L?
I do wonder. Ah, dang it.
We're on Charlie, stand by. Hostiles at Alpha. We lost Alpha. Hostiles at Bravo, go.
Loka behind. Oh, you're okay. Okay. I thought you were walking away. Never mind.
Oh,
UAV overhead. Enemy holds all objectives. Charlie secure.
Yeah, this is gonna. This. Oh my gosh! Really?
Assist your team at Charlie. Hold all the objectives.
Yeah, this is gonna be such a tug of war
Yep.
because we're so close. Oh my gosh! Double headshot on these
Nice.
idiots about to get flag A. I should not have won that gunfight. Thanks for lining up for me, boys.
We're taking Charlie. Hold all the objectives. Assist your team at Alpha. We've lost Alpha. Enemy precision airstrike. Take cover.
Care package. That's me dead.
You're needed at Bravo. Friendly care package inbound.
So I don't get crushed by that because that was a little close.
We're holding two. We have the advantage. Allied cruise missile away.
I didn't get crushed. Goody. And for my troubles, I got a UAV.
Enemy UAV overhead. Losing Bravo.
You guys can't have a UAV, but we can.
That's the deal.
Friendly UAV overhead. Assist your team at B.
Whoa!
Securing
Okay, that guy just literally ran past me. Ah! That Semtex got a little too close.
We're taking Alpha. Enemy UAV overhead.
Enemy near Main Street.
Friendly care package inbound. We're taking Alpha.
Watch it, you got one coming into your low. Coming close, Loka.
Allied cruise missile away. Enemy cruise
Oh,
missile
boy.
incoming.
No.
Oh, I can't
Oh,
believe I
no.
survived that.
It's mine. Someone took my kill streak.
UAV overhead.
Or my.
Whoa.
Okay, so a
Dang.
friendly took my care package and then he got killed. So his care
No.
package landed, and I took his and then I got killed.
C. Allied cruise
Well, I guess we both got our care packages. We just took each other's. But okay.
hostiles are taking Charlie. Enemy care package inbound. Need backup at Bravo. We've lost C.
Did I just get another care package?
Go in the air.
I did. All right, they want Charlie. Well, here, have Charlie with a bunch of
Allied
missiles.
cluster strike inbound. Securing Charlie. Friendly care package inbound.
Enemy is back out.
We're halfway there. Keep fighting. We're taking Bravo.
Oh no.
Charlie. Enemy cruise missile
Well, at least I wasn't taken out by the missile.
backup at Alpha.
And I just got a VTOL jet. Awesome.
Team at Bravo. Hostiles at Alpha. Friendly VTOL on
And no kills with it.
Okay, so while I was getting my care package, someone literally just captured A and didn't even check for me.
Oh.
Captured Alpha. Enemy care package inbound. We lost Charlie.
Ow! What was that?
We're taking Bravo. Securing Bravo. Bravo secured. Securing Charlie. We're needed at Alpha.
These hours.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Ah, I should have gotten him. the other way. Whoa!
Ah.
Thought they spawned me in front of some enemies, but no, it was just friendlies, just firing. Oh no. There's two of them.
Need backup at Charlie. Assist your team at B.
Up.
Lost Charlie.
I just got quick scoped.
Stand by.
They took C again.
Hostile radar in the air. Alpha secure. Losing Alpha. Enemy UAV overhead.
Bye, knock.
Securing Charlie. Need backup at Alpha.
Cheeky little.
Oh no. Ah, there we go.
Oh, this is going to be bad on this map. Ooh, that was close. I'm very close to it. Eh.
Bravo. Enemy counter UAV online. Hostiles at Bravo. Charlie.
He's laying down.
Enemy precision airstrike. Take cover.
Ah, dang it.
Losing B.
Ah! I knew that was going to happen.
Securing
I don't really care though, because I got one for ragdoll.
Losing A. Charlie secure. We're taking Bravo.
So we
I took Alpha again.
we had a tactical match the previous match, and this match is
Classic Call of Duty.
yeah, it's a mayhem. But that's okay because
Run
it's
and gun at its finest.
yeah,
I think that may be why a lot of people like this map.
yeah, that's definitely
Okay, that was just awful. Let's not speak of that one.
Take them back.
it's definitely why this map has gotten really popular
Enemy Wilson.
to the point where people demanded
Oh,
the
they got a Wilson.
24/7 playlist to come back.
Losing C. Securing B.
Enemy at the forklift.
We've got Bravo.
Oh boy.
Hostiles are taking Bravo.
Ah!
Hostiles are taking Bravo. We're holding all points to defend. We've lost C. We're winning this. Keep it tight. Friendly care package inbound.
Oh, nice. That worked.
Enemy VTOL in the AO.
Oh, they got a VTOL.
Oh boy.
Losing B.
I got a care package. For that,
Enemy at the
Securing
courtyard.
Charlie. We're
I've
taking
got a
Bravo.
Predator missile.
Friendly care package inbound.
Oh, and there's victory.
Custom strike inbound.
Hey.
Scored a victory, mate. Let's have another.
Okay, that wasn't that impressive.
Enemy at the back
I did way more stuff there. That was cooler than that. Oh well.
That can't be right. It looked like my level up meter barely progressed. Oh hey! I got COD points!
Yay!
100 of them. 30.
That'll get you a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Sweet. It's funny, the gun I have the most camos for currently is the rocket launcher.
That's interesting.
Because honestly, hold on, let me look at my records. Okay, weapon of choice is still the Scar, with 661 kills. But I mean, if it counted destruction of like enemy UAVs and stuff as part of kills, I think my top weapon would definitely be that.
Yep. Oh, you got to land with the chopper.
Jealous.
Meanwhile, I get to just stand and look as the choppers land.
Team deathmatch. Got enemy inbound. Lock and load.
Whoa! Let's go around.
Yep, let's not do that again.
Reloading.
Lost the lead.
Hold on, we got some over here. Got him.
Nice.
Still got him. I almost
Nice.
botched it, but I still got him.
Enemy at the door.
Can't believe he just ran past.
Oh. Ah.
Oh,
There's one in here with me, Loka.
yeah, I got him.
Alright, let's see what goodie I get.
Inbound. Enemy personal radar in the air.
Not for long.
Changing mags.
Enemy care package inbound.
This teammate just tried to steal my care package. They slid in. I just immediately grabbed it.
Bye, trip mine. That was really obvious.
Enemy cluster
Oh.
strike incoming. Take cover. Enemy care package
Reloading.
inbound.
Enemy at the missile launcher.
Cruise missile
Nice one.
incoming.
Predator missile. It missed.
Reloading.
Got a UAV on station. Ready for flyover.
We need eyes. Send that recon.
Allied cluster strike
UAV.
inbound.
I'm bombing their spawn point.
Nice.
Strike available. On your mark.
Very nice.
Reloading.
Oh no, it's getting caught on the windmill.
Ah,
That's a waste.
Enemy at the courtyard.
Advise, UAV is bingo fuel. RTB for resupply.
One down. Close air requested. Send it.
Enemy at the trench.
Striker 3-1, good copy. Strike inbound.
UAV overhead.
ah. Only hit markers with the Warthog.
What? Did that person have two Simtex?
Riverbed.
Oh
What's
yeah,
possible?
you can.
That's a perk.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Allied cluster strike inbound.
That should have been a clean headshot. But nope.
Uh-oh. True expendable guy got, well, expendable.
Enemy at the windmill.
We're in control.
Oh! I didn't recognize that was a bad guy in time.
Enemy care package inbound. We're in the lead.
More like it. I am surprised I'm alive, but I'm not going to question it. I'm going to steal this guy's care package. Come on, come on, come on! Yes! Oh, it's a UAV.
Friendly UAV overhead.
You
I
go
mean,
through the
that's-
trouble to steal an enemy's care package, and it just turns out to be a UAV.
Yeah.
Oh,
Disappointing,
well, I've got my own
but
now.
at
And a
least
Predator missile, I didn't even notice that.
disappointing, but at least useful.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh, you're on a roll.
Yes, I am.
Uh-oh.
Friendly UAV overhead.
I need one more kill. For the Harrier. Ah, no. That was my mistake, is saying that I needed the one more kill. Oh well, not a problem.
Enemy at the riverbed.
Friendly care package inbound.
Ah. Dang it.
Allied cruise missile away. Allied cluster strike inbound.
And I got a personal radar. Oh no!
What?
Oh,
In the air.
I saw you get gunned down, and then I immediately got gunned down.
He
as well.
headshotted me with a... Oh, what's it called? Car 98 or something like that. The German World War II bolt-action rifle, and he didn't have a
Yeah.
scope!
Yeah, that was the guy that got me when I needed one kill for the Harrier jet.
Friendly UAV
Also, I
overhead.
was really surprised that that weapon was in this game.
Yeah.
Enemy at the riverbed.
And I don't
Hey,
know
penetration
why.
kill.
Enemy care package inbound.
Remember, the bullets can pass through wood, plaster, and sheet metal.
Oh, really? Oh well.
Hey, saw you coming.
Missile away.
Yeah, where is that counter UAV? There it is. We got eyes back.
Nice. We definitely need that.
Remember when everyone flipped out because this game wasn't going to have a mini map?
Yeah.
Enemy at the barrel.
And now we have a minimap. They just don't
Enemy
show
care
up
package
as
inbound.
red dots when I fire, which I'm fine with.
Enemy sentry gun active. Friendly sentry gun online. I got movement. Enemy support helo in the air.
Oh no.
Less than a minute.
Uh-oh.
We're almost there. Let's bring it home.
That doesn't sound good.
Yeah, time to get indoors.
Oh boy, that's a
Run!
Pavlo. Oh boy.
Hey, we still won. Woo! That was close
Somehow.
though. That was a close match.
Oh yeah. I didn't even look at the score until now. Like, oh, we just won by 10 points.
It was a sentry gun. Okay, that was kind of cool. Seeing all the shells fly out in
Yeah.
slow-mo. And the little noises. Ding, 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 ding.
Oh hey, I'm level 55 now.
Yeah, so now that's something I think we need to talk about.
Yeah,
That's a change
yeah,
I didn't
exactly.
see coming. Is that I think I was aware of it, but I'd completely forgotten about it, or I didn't understand what exactly they meant by that, and then seeing that. So kind of, there's no, I don't think there's a prestige in this game,
Nope.
because now whenever the seasons reset, your rank gets taken back somewhat from where
Yeah.
you started out.
Yeah, the way it works is that I don't remember what they're calling it, but rank 1 through 55 is the normal progression. And then I think after that
It's
is the like either it's called enlist or officer ranks.
officer, that's it. Yeah, the 1 to 55 is your enlistment rank, and then after that it's officer rank.
That's right. And the 1 through 55 is, of course, the permanent. But then it resets to 55 every season because, well, the level up, like from 56 and onward, I suppose is the season ranking? Question mark. I'm not exactly sure since I didn't. Well, I just hit the enlist level cap, so I wouldn't know how it worked in the, I guess, season 0.
Oh no! Oh no! This how many errors? How many errors? Ah!
But I did see that if you manage to get to rank 155, you would get some sort of reward that you can't get now because that was season 0.
Yeah,
so
I got close to that.
So I'm not exactly sure what those ranks
Oh,
are.
watch it, Loka. They're gonna flank behind you.
How did he not? Oh.
Airstrike ready. Enemies have Bravo. Charlie secure.
So yeah, I'm not. What? I know it resets, but I don't know exactly what the point of it is. So I suppose it's some sort
Oh
of
my gosh! I
seasonal
can't get out of
rank,
spawn.
and presumably you would get
Have Charlie.
different rewards from the season.
Yeah, I think the more you level up a season, then you get new seasonal rewards, and so it just gives you something to strive for every season.
Yeah.
And so I mean it's still prestige pretty much. It's just tied to a limited time,
Yeah.
amount of time now.
Enemy care package in the button.
And also you don't have to redo the progressions, like the base progression 10 times because of prestige.
Right.
Which I feel it's a better system instead of the prestige,
Enemy precision airstrike in.
because you like even after you hit the level the enlist
What?
level cap.
Watch
You-
it. You got one coming in. Somehow killed me point blank, even though
Yeah.
I pumped half a mag into him.
I got shotgunned. So yeah, I feel like this is a decent balance between getting to max rank and then, well, not really going anywhere from there, unless you want to redo it through the prestige mode. So now you don't have to redo anything, but you still have I guess an added incentive to play even once you've unlocked every weapon and perk and all that.
Enemy precision airstrike inbound. Got Bravo.
Oof.
They keep getting these precision airstrikes now.
Hey, I have a precision airstrike. Why shouldn't I?
You got one. Use it.
I just
What?
need to get to the high ground.
What? That was not a bad guy. That was not. Okay, that's not fair game.
What?
That's not cool. I was standing right next to this guy, and because he was coughing on poison gas, it took away his red name tag above his head, so I didn't recognize him as a bad guy, and then he shotgunned me.
That's not
That's
good.
not cool.
That's straight B.
This is Phoenix 3. Good copy. Strike inbound.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Get war-dogged. War-togged.
Securing B.
Get burnt. Oh, so close to capture B.
Enemy holds 2 objectives. Take them back.
It is giving me some. Right behind you, Loka. It's C.
Oh no.
Oh boy. It's giving me some terrible spawns here.
Yep.
I run out from where I spawn, I get shot at someone at C. Oh my gosh! Look at the pile of bodies at C flag.
Deployed. Enemies at Charlie. Go.
Which one's a body and which one's a person? I don't know. They're all just piling up.
Oh, of course they did. Oh, no, they didn't disappear when I went to hide into them. They just disappeared from my vision.
Alpha, stand by.
Oh.
Enemy personal radar online. Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy near main street.
Whoa! I just flew out of the window from that thing. That, what's it called? Wilson? Is that correct?
Yeah, Wilson.
Enemy Wilson deployed.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh! The execution!
Oh boy!
Worth it.
It just mowed us down.
Oh my goodness.
Enemy personal radar online.
Oh.
Enemy at the scaffold. Securing Bravo.
Watch it, there's 3 of them there.
And yet they killed me even though I flashed them.
Personal radar
Awesome.
online. Reloading. We are taking Bravo. Friendly UAV online.
We captured an objective, hooray!
Nice. Oh boy, oh boy.
Oh, that was not a good time to move to cover.
Enemy at the buses. We've lost Bravo.
Hey!
Oh, that. Oh, it did something.
There's a guy hiding in the stairwell to the subway tunnel.
Yeah, I got him.
Friendly precision airstrike.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to get him through the bars.
Yep. Can't confirm.
Another precision airstrike.
Control 2 objectives. We are losing ground. Enemy personal radar online. Enemies in the area.
Oh, that was awesome.
Securing
A
Bravo.
little more Black Ops 3 than I would have liked, but hey, it got the job done.
Capture Bravo.
Oh boy.
Oh, the stunned kill, double kill, nice.
Alpha.
Behind you.
Yeah, I figured that out.
We're losing Charlie. You're needed at B. Enemies have Charlie. We're holding Alpha. Friendly.
They can have Charlie. We got Alpha.
We've lost Bravo.
Alright, please be something very explosive.
Oh, what?
Friendly UAV online.
Oh, Wilson, that'll work.
Enemies spotted.
Alright, I'm gonna go clear out B.
Enemy care package inbound. Securing Bravo. We're getting hammered. Step it up. Enemy holds 2 objectives. Take them back. We're taking Bravo.
Oh, come on.
Got some good kills there.
Enemy cruise missile incoming. Objective failed. Report for debrief.
Enemy at the shop.
Hey, you got more kills than me. Good job.
How did I get top score?
Don't question it. Just accept it.
Yeah, alright.
I think I might just be close to having almost all the camos for the rocket launcher. I think I'm very close to gold.
Ooh. That's... I mean, that's not bad at all, actually. Still no crash. I do wish there were some sort of map voting system in this game.
Yeah, that's something it could definitely use.
Oh yeah, going in with the chopper to this music. Now this is what I'm talking about.
Domination.
Alright, cease. Over there.
Holds objectives. We're taking Charlie. We captured Charlie. Command is ours. Maintain pressure. Assist your team at B. Flash out!
Changing max.
Bravo. Target down. Bravo secure.
Okay, another assist. I'll take it.
Oh, we already captured it. I didn't notice. Oh, that's good. I don't have to
Go away. That's the
run
launchers.
out.
I'm dead. I got sniped. Yeah, we provided some good covering fire for that flag capture, though. So.
Yep. Oh hey, I finally got him. Uh-oh.
Okay, I wanted to assassinate, but that works too.
Beginning flyover.
Still, that's going to be a pretty humiliating kill cam to watch. All of a sudden, They're just running around and all of a sudden they get clubbed in the back of the head by a rifle.
Enemy down.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, that was that guy's fault. He should he literally ran out towards my Semtex.
Ooh.
I threw it just to cover my retreat, and then he decided to chase me, and he ran right into it.
Oh, that's bad.
Friendly care package inbound.
Also, that was a waste of a bird to run.
You're needed at sea.
Get off my
Allied
thief
cruise
flag.
missile launched.
Ah, explosions.
Enemy at Bravo, go. Assist your team with Charlie. We lost C. You're needed at Alpha.
Ah.
They're at A. They're literally about to take all the objectives.
Oh no.
We lost A. Securing Alpha. We're holding Alpha.
That's better.
Enemies taking Bravo.
Grenade out. Watch out.
Oh, I just out-sniped the sniper.
Nice.
But then we got gunned down by the guy in the window
Yep.
of the AK. I gotta take care of him.
That makes two.
Come on, let me.
Losing Alpha. Losing A.
You. Throwing grenade.
Enemy at Alpha.
Oh, another sniper.
Got Alpha. Enemy UAV overhead.
Oh. Oh, so he was over there.
We're halfway there. Keep going.
Ah.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Alright. Ooh, that's a nice camo you have for your rocket launcher.
Yeah, that's the camera you get when when you've destroyed something like 800
Oh.
UAVs. Got one in this trench here in front of us, Loka.
Enemy has Bravo.
Here, cover me.
Alright.
Friendly care package inbound.
He's dead.
Nice. You.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Oop.
Allied counter UAV activated.
Gotcha.
Objective
Oh,
Savior.
that was a bad aim on my end.
Watch it, we got another one down here. Ooh,
And
down.
two more.
There's another one down there by the ammo crates.
Enemy cluster strike. Take cover. Friendly care package inbound. Allied cruise missile launched.
Precision airstrike. Nice. Let's see if we can run around and flank to see about capturing Charlie.
Enemy at the courtyard.
Oh.
Oh, that should not have worked, but it did.
Enemy at the missile launchers.
missile.
Uh-oh.
He missed! Ah!
Enemy at the destroyed building.
Securing Bravo. Enemy cluster strike. Take cover. Allied precision airstrike incoming. Beware. Assist your team at B.
Oh, no.
Need backup at Alpha.
Oh, they're capturing Alpha. That's not good.
Attack those positions. We're falling behind.
I'm about to grab Charlie.
We're out, Charlie. Stand by. Securing Alpha.
Some mine.
Ah, I'm dead.
Oh, hey, I survived.
Friendly care package inbound.
I'm alive.
Enemy at the shop.
Oh, I'm about to squish this dead cow with a care package. We really need it.
Ah.
I killed him with his own proximity mine. I mean, I died in the process, but you know, we still got our alpha, so
Totally worth it.
totally worth it.
Securing B.
Ah.
That's more like
Really?
it.
Your team at Bravo.
Oh. No wonder I died so quick. He had the Desert Eagle.
Enemy UAV overhead. Assist your team at Bravo.
Enemy at the courtyard.
Lost Bravo.
Ooh, that's a sniper.
Allied plus.
There we go.
Ah, what was that?
Oh, hey, it didn't hit me.
They are really starting to catch up. We need to run around
Yep.
and grab one of their objectives. Oh, that's not gonna help matters. Ah! Missed.
Oh boy, that's a sentry.
Soldat, you have lost the lead.
Enemy at the missile launcher.
We have taken control. We captured Bravo.
Now we just need to hold Bravo.
Fight as one. Earn your victory.
Ooh, this is gonna be extremely close.
Yep.
Losing A.
Ah,
Oh no,
dang.
they're about to get Alpha!
We're out, Charlie. Stand by.
Ah, dang it.
Oh,
Whole
this is
bunch
gonna
of
be.
mistakes at once.
This is nail-bitingly close.
Yeah.
I think we might be able to. Barely. It's gonna be like a margin of 2 points, but a draw.
Oh, it's a
Are
draw.
you kidding me? What?
Stand down. No one wins today.
Okay, mark that as a first.
Fair
First
enough.
time there's been a draw. That's the first time I've seen a draw happen in this game.
Yeah, I can't remember seeing one before. That's a
Hey,
first.
that was a good match. That was well fought on both
Yeah.
sides.
Ooh, that would be good to have.
Oh yeah, I've just now noticed the Battle Pass season reset thing. Yeah, 56 days, 19 hours, 9 minutes. So, yeah, that's how long we have until the season's up. Close.
Yeah, it's good to know at least that there's plenty of time, because I still haven't quite decided how I should approach the seasons for this game on this show, because like comparing it to Siege, I mean that's easy. I mean the map and the operator is just released at once. And whoa, that glitched through. But here, since there's gonna be spread out, I haven't quite decided how to approach a future weekend at Loka's for this game yet. Oh no. Can't believe I'm still alive. Oh no.
You got some good air there, buddy. It's like, oh no, I can't believe I'm still alive. Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, they threw like 3 Semtexes right after each other.
Bomb planted on Bravo.
He burned. Oh, okay. I thought he burned the last guy alive, but no, never mind.
Bomb defused.
What kind of a name is that? Hold on. Look at the guy at the top. What
Yeah.
What is that? That's just a bunch of parentheses and I's and I think maybe L's? A bunch of brackets and well, that's weird.
Yeah,
Search and destroy.
I've only seen that kind of name once, and
Win
that's
the objective.
Level Cap's name in at least Battlefield 5. Which, I mean, makes sense. He probably doesn't want to use the name Level Cap because people will know immediately that it's him.
Now, Level Cap, that's a name I have not heard in a long time. I think last time I heard Level Cap's name, they were still making new episodes of Battlefield Friends.
Get to Alpha.
Ooh.
Enemy bomb planted.
Now that's an old time since. I guess a more proper sentence would be that was a long time ago. Okay, they must be behind that door. Chucking a gas grenade.
Cover me, I'm going to defuse.
By the stairs, I got him.
Defuse!
No, no. Oof! Nice!
That's a win. Next
Woo!
round. Get ready.
Nice job, Loka.
Search and
Oh, was that another red name that my
Yeah, so
crosshair
there's a
is
guy
not-
out there. That guy should have walked out and killed me.
Yeah.
Walked in and killed me. I don't know what he was doing. He's probably getting yelled at by his teammates.
Yeah, because he didn't do anything. I didn't even notice him until the play of the game camera.
The final kill.
Yeah, and it was someone else that killed me.
Okay, I feel like they're all going for A again.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Yeah, that seems likely.
Less than a minute.
Keep an eye on B just in case.
Get to Alpha.
Oh,
Enemy bomb
never
planted.
mind.
Last one's in the corner and low. To your left, Loka, to your left. Or right, excuse me. I'm an idiot. That's on me. Yeah, there she is, there she is! Alright, go defuse. Watch the claymore.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Enemy bomb defused.
Oh yeah.
Took that round. Take another.
Yeah, look at her running with her rear end on fire.
Switching sides.
I knew she...
Search
So the reason I said left was because she was on my left when I died.
Oh.
So I apologize for the confusion, but hey, it all worked out.
Yeah.
enemy cost attacking front. Take cover.
Oh shoot. Oh, we gotta move! We gotta move!
Oh boy. Let's scatter. Oh, poor
Getting
guy
out
with
of
the
there.
diffuser.
He's still alive though, he's kinda huddled up in there.
How?
Cruise missile on the way.
Oh my gosh, that was a double cruise missile kill! This'll be fun. Oh, wow. Thread the needle.
Search and destroy. Grab the bomb. Destroy the objectives. We took the bomb.
Oh, on our side.
Yeah, I got
You
him.
got him, good job.
Ah, dang it. Oh. Well, that could have gone bad. His
He's got
Semtex
a
got
thing
stuck right over him.
Yeah, this guy with the bomb keeps getting lucky with where he is when things are raining down on top of his head.
We have the advantage.
This is gonna be a fun kill cam because the guy with the bomb jumps down right in the middle of the air fight. Here he is! Hello!
Search and destroy. Grab the bomb. Destroy the objectives. Bomb is ours. Destroy their weapon caches. Friendly sentry gun online. Allied cruise missile on the way. Friendly UAV online. Planting bomb. Watch for enemies. Bomb planted. Time's up now.
Oh, dang it. Oh, I heard a door open.
Thanks for that, Loka, because I did not. Ah! I think we got this.
Yeah.
There's no way they're going to be able to defuse. 6-0. Wow,
Oh,
look at
wow.
This day, neither will be.
Oh, hey, another battle pass level up. Except I didn't get a reward because no battle pass
You haven't
money
bought the
being
battle
used.
pass.
Yes, finally!
Oh, we're getting Crash?
Yep.
All right, now we'll watch our party host is looking for a match. So yeah, watch it do a merge with something else so we don't get
Oh no.
we don't get Crash.
Now that would be disappointing if that happened.
I always expect the Toamari to show up here whenever we go to Crash.
Why?
I crashed into you, and I went up in flames because of the Toamari. Because the name of the song that plays in that commercial is "Crashed."
Oh, I don't. Yeah, I didn't get that commercial. I got the one with Face Off. I
Oh,
think it
that's
was
right.
called.
Because that one was for the Americas. You got the European Face Me. Yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
Yeah,
Cryo Show.
Face Me even. I don't know why I said
So yeah,
Face
if
Off.
Peel would have gotten that, I'm sure, if he were
Yeah.
here because of the American market. But yeah, European. So I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah, I was confused at first, but I was like, oh wait, the Toamari. Oh well, that makes sense because I do know there was a difference there. I think I've even seen that one with Crash, but I can't remember it. Okay, it's constantly
I
saying
mean, the
waiting,
commercial's the
loading
exact
level.
same. It's just that
Yeah.
they use a different song.
Oh, I have a bad feeling about this.
Come on, you can do it. You can load.
please.
Are we looking for 2 more players? Is that what's going on here?
I don't know. On my screen, it's saying waiting, loading level on the top.
I mean, sometimes that takes a minute, but not as many minutes as this. So, looking at this, it looks like we're being mashed with some Russians.
Yep. I noticed that too.
So I wonder if the reason it's taking so long is because we're trying to connect with Soviet internet.
Possibly.
Okay, yeah, we just dipped down to 8 out of 12, so we lost some. Oh,
Oh no.
now it's just us.
Okay.
So
Maybe this will be good. Unless it merges us with... Okay, we got people joining.
yeah,
Come on, I want to play Crash. I want to play Crash.
yeah. It looked like the Russians were in one great big party together. So I don't know. They may have been. Okay, yeah. So all right, this is good.
Finally. Please.
We've ditched the Russians for Leet Haxor. Oh, the names on the internet, my goodness. It's like, what is this, 2004 with his Leet speak? Alright, here we go. I can hear the ticking down to
Yep.
it about to start.
Yes!
Here we go, finally. Good things come to those who wait.
Eventually.
Domination.
Now, this is classic COD map.
Securing Charlie. We're holding Charlie.
And we know where all the objective points are going to be.
Oh yeah.
Personnel down.
Oh! My Simtex blew up a car and someone else with it. Window. They're in the top windows.
Yep.
Yeah,
I-
so that's one of the things about people complaining that I thought was silly, going back to our conversation at the start of the stream, is people going, oh, there's so many windows and doorways for people to be hiding
Oh
in.
yeah.
And I'm just thinking to myself, so obviously you've only been playing the newer games, not the older ones, because, you know, there's tons of windows and doors for people to hide in like the original Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
So, like right there where people were hiding. All right, so Loka, come with me. Because this is a new area. Oh my goodness. Oh, what was that? I'm now disturbed. Oh, you went. So you
Well, I
spawned
spawned
exactly
right
where I
here.
was going to bring you. Is that this is a new area,
Yeah.
as you can see. I'm blind.
Oh, they're taking a... Oh. He got me.
Get those positions. We're being dominated.
Ah.
Securing
Oh, boy.
Alpha. Securing Charlie.
Reloading.
Cruise missile
Taking
away.
fire.
Got Charlie.
How? No. We're not going to talk about that.
objectives. Keep hitting them.
Ah! That guy in the building with his rifle is annoying.
Yeah.
Crossroads.
But very authentic to God 4.
Oh, dang it.
Enemy at the hotel.
We're taking C again.
Stand by.
Target spotted.
Well, I'm stealing A
Alpha.
from them.
Enemy holds all objectives.
Although it's saying taking point B for whatever reason.
That's weird.
Alpha.
That's not how it's supposed to work. Hey, I got him.
Not sometime. My goodness.
Be advised. Friendly precision airstrike inbound. Enemy cruise missile incoming. Down. Enemy care package inbound.
Yeah, and that's the thing I'm not used to with this map is hearing care package inbound on crash.
Yeah, that wasn't the kill streak in the original Modern Warfare, which we got to relive
This
through
guy
the
gonna die.
remaster.
Thank you.
Captured Charlie.
Enemy at the crossroads.
Enemy personal radar in the air.
And I
Need backup at Alpha.
don't think I played Crash much on Modern Warfare 2, considering it was a.
No, I didn't get that
DLC
map pack that had it.
I think I got it fairly late, if I recall. Oh boy.
Losing C. We're holding 2. We have the advantage.
Oh, phew. That was a friendly. I was in the middle of reloading and this guy came
Oh.
around the corner. I was like, I'm dead. Oh, but it was a friendly.
We've lost Alpha. We're holding Bravo. Friendly Wilson on station. Losing B.
Oh, that was a friendly. Never mind.
We're taking Alpha. Enemies halfway there. Step it up. Captured Alpha. We're on Bravo. Stand by. Assist your team at Alpha. Friendly counter UAV. Allied cruise missile away.
Can't believe I survived that.
You're needed at Charlie.
Ooh, yes. Let's hack that.
Yeah.
They will be none the wiser, hopefully.
Hey, there we are. Penetration. Can kill. Oh, ah.
We've got 2 objectives. Lock it down. Securing Alpha. Assist your team at Charlie. We've lost Charlie.
Nice trade off. Oh, no.
Got a UAV on station. You're needed at B.
Entering the AO.
Yeah, I knew where you were going. That barbershop adds new element to that pathway there.
We're holding Bravo.
Be advised, UAV is bingo.
Hostiles at Alpha. Go. You're needed at B. We've lost Alpha. Charlie, stand by. Friendly care package inbound. Capture Charlie.
Enemy
Take
at the
back up.
courtyard.
Saved your life.
Thank you.
Another one down.
Be advised, friendly precision airstrike is pulled ahead. Friendly care package down. You're needed. Lock it down. Hostiles are taking Bravo. Enemy shield turret on the field.
Really? UAV?
Enemy cruise missile incoming.
Reloading.
Avenged you.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
Losing Bravo.
The guy's at it again in the house, in the building, with his rifle.
UAV overhead. We've lost B. Securing A.
Ah,
We're taking Alpha.
A is ours.
nice.
Friendly care package inbound.
Come on.
Ah, that was a really bad angle to mount the gun at.
Friendly care package inbound. We've lost Alpha.
Another UAV. Are you kidding me?
overhead. Taking Bravo. Missile incoming.
Oh boy.
Enemy holds 2 objectives. Take them back. We've got a UAV on station, ready for flyover.
UAV entering the
Oh.
AO.
Yep. So you still die if you fall from the building.
Enemy care package
That's
inbound.
good to know.
Securing B. We're on Alpha, stand by. Friendly care package inbound.
Advised UAV is being RTB moving.
Oh, what?
We're winning this, keep it tight. Enemy cluster strike incoming, take cover. You've lost the lead, soldier. You're needed at sea.
They're about to overtake us. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. You are not getting C.
Securing A.
Enemy at the cafe.
Hostile team at Charlie. Securing Alpha. Friendly Wilson on station, beginning swing. We're RTB.
Ah,
that
that was
was
a close
close.
one.
Reloading.
Wow, that's a nice quad kill.
Yep. Wait, what? Oh. Get too far there.
Oh, hey, look at that. Like, finally. Five kills using lethal equipment. That's easy.
Oh, I don't get to. Cue the sad music.
Domination.
So where did the music go?
Capture and defend the forward operating positions.
Enemy at the warehouse.
Securing Alpha. Securing Bravo. Captured Alpha. Securing Bravo.
I'm with you.
We're holding Bravo. Securing Charlie.
Enemy at the smoke.
Assist your team at Alpha.
Ah, dang it.
Securing C.
Enemy at the
You're needed
warehouse.
at Bravo. We've got two objectives.
Ooh, that's not good.
Ha! That actually made it up there. That's awesome.
Wait, what? Alright.
Friendly UAV over.
Ah. Come on.
Hostiles at Alpha. Go.
Alright.
Okay, it's not here anymore.
Enemy at the forklift.
Boom!
Friendly care package inbound. Enemy precision airstrike. Take cover. Hostiles at Bravo. Go. Securing Charlie.
Ah!
Overhead.
Well, maybe I could use that as bait. My care package got stuck on the overpass.
Charlie
Enemy
secure.
at the warehouse.
Oh, that's bad.
Reloading.
EMP throw him away. EMP throw him away.
Securing Bravo. We're holding two. We have the advantage. Assist your team at Alpha.
Enemy at the warehouse.
Losing A. Friendly care package inbound. We've lost Alpha. Friendly care package inbound.
Safe.
Ah, should have seen that coming.
Two objectives. Take them back.
Okay.
Securing Alpha. Losing C. We're on Bravo. Stand by.
Ooh.
Enemy holds all objectives. Securing Alpha. Captured Bravo. Friendly counter UAV active. We're holding Alpha. Friendly shield turret deployed. We're halfway there. Keep fighting.
This thing doesn't have the best range, does it?
What gun are you using?
The mounted Shanka turret.
Oh,
There's one.
Enemy at the forklift.
Friendly UAV overhead.
oh what? Oh,
Friendly UAV overhead. You're needed at Bravo. We've lost Bravo.
ah. Aim all over the place.
Securing Bravo. We've got Bravo.
Oh, I hear a cruise missile. That's a friendly, good.
Securing Charlie.
That could have been bad.
Yep.
I say as I get shot in the back.
Hold all the objectives. Assist your team at Bravo. We've lost
Enemy at the
Alpha.
warehouse.
Hostiles at Bravo. Enemy UAV overhead. Assist your team at C. Securing A. Friendly UAV overhead. Securing B.
Ah, I've been shot in the back. At D.
They've got two objectives. Keep hit. Friendly care package inbound.
Ooh, hello, lots of people caught outside.
Hostile radar in the air.
Enemy at
Personal radar. Ah, I hate when I get something stupid like a personal radar on a care package.
Yeah, that's
Friendly
annoying.
UAV overhead.
Especially when I've been having tremendous luck earlier in the stream.
Ready for flyover. You're needed at Charlie.
Oh yeah.
Assist your team at C. We're on Alpha. Stand by. Enemy holds all objectives. Retake those points.
ah, dang it.
enemy at the
Got
smokestack.
Alpha. Be advised. Friendly precision airstrike inbound.
Ooh, what a long shot.
Securing Charlie.
Be advised, UAV is bingo fuel.
Enemy holds two objectives. Take Charlie secure. Enemy personal radar in the air.
Ooh, that was close. Ah, and yet I die. Ah, dang it.
Securing Bravo. They've got two objectives. Keep hitting them. Enemy personal radar in the air. Securing Bravo. Bravo secure.
Enemy at the warehouse.
Ah, come on. That's so stupid.
Shouldn't.
Oh, that's
shouldn't
not
have
what I.
done
Okay,
that.
well, not.
Fighting. Got this. Allied cruise missile away. Central team at Bravo. Lost Bravo. Friendly care package inbound. Enemy U. Allied cruise missile away.
Another shield turret? Come on.
Yep.
Ah. I wish. I'd love. My body went flying.
Oh no.
Hey, play the game, Coca-Cola.
Oh yeah, I did get a triple.
Enemy at the warehouse.
What do you think? Is play the game? You think that's a good place to leave it for the day?
Yep. I sure think so. Yeah, oh hey, officer rank unlocked. Alright, that went a bit longer and a bit more different than expected. I didn't think it would take this long until we got Crash. Because my original plan was kind of to have well, play a 1 or 2 rounds on Crash, then maybe play some Ground War and play on that new map, but oh well, maybe next time. Because there's bound
Took
to
forever
be...
to find Crash.
Yeah.
You'd think since it's new, they would have it refreshing through the map playlist pretty frequently.
Yeah, but no, apparently not. Oh well, there's... I'm not sure, but I could see there being at least one more stream this season. Again, I'm not 100% sure how to tackle this game, considering the launches of the season and that not content is all available, but I'll think of something. Anyway, it was nice to have a stream that didn't go completely downhill. And I'm just really struggling with the words right now, which is probably an indication of that it's a good place to wrap up anyway. So I've been joined by Apprentice 1215, who you can check out by, well, going searching for Apprentice 1215.
Pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah. And I will hopefully be back with something next week. Hoping that that this little 1 week hiatus is just, well, 1 week. And for yeah, I don't really have much more to say than that, come to think of it, other than don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff. You can also follow me on Twitter at Loka. A link is in the description down below. And until next time, fare thee well.